Welcome to the awareness session on the Young Computer Scientist Competition 2021, organized by Fitis in association with the Ministry of Education and the University of Colombo School of Computing. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. We had loads of registrations. Quite a few have joined us. My name is Shehan Kumar and I am the Chief Executive Officer of the Federation of IT Industry in Sri Lanka, Fitis, who is also the main organizer for this event. So I will start off this day with a small introduction about Fitis. There are quite a few exciting sessions. We have some interesting speakers also joining with us today. So I will talk a bit to you about Fitis and our role in the Sri Lankan IT industry. So Fitis, the Federation of IT Industry in Sri Lanka, was set up in 1996. So as you know, as technology improved and technological advancements happened in the world, even in Sri Lanka, some of these technologies were started being adopted. And we had a separate association for the different areas. For example, the companies that are handling computer hardware had an association called the SLCVA, the Sri Lanka Computer Vendors Association. Then we had the SLASI, or the Sri Lanka Association for Software Industry, handling the software industry. And then we had a different chapter handling the training institutes. In 1996, all these associations decided to get together and form one common body. That common body is called Fitis, or the Federation of IT Industry Sri Lanka. So over the years, Fitis has evolved, and now we have a total of 7 chapters. So we have the software chapter, which is organizing the YCS, or the Young Computer Scientist Competition, comprising of all the software companies in Sri Lanka. Then we have the hardware chapter, comprising of all the hardware companies in Sri Lanka. We have the chapter for education and training, which handles all the IT industry education and related training programs. We have a chapter called the communications chapter, which right now is looking at ways in improving infrastructure, IT communication around the country. We have 2 new chapters, the digital services chapter and the office automation chapter. The digital services chapter is trying to improve how Sri Lanka moves on to the digital economy. We have an office automation chapter. Now, if you take all institutions, all government institutions, all companies, we use a lot of office automation equipment, from the photocopiers to the laptops, the various devices. So these companies focus on quality in the office automation area. We also have a professional chapter, ISACA, which runs a lot of training programs, trying to improve professionalism in various areas of IT. We also started a new chapter called the freelancers chapter, or the independent free consultants chapter, which I think is a very important need in our country. There are so many freelancers right now who are doing different things. So what we thought of as the IT industry apex body in Sri Lanka, to bring those freelancers together and form the freelancers chapter. So we have now actually 8 chapters now, with this new chapter coming in, driving the mandate of the IT industry in Sri Lanka. So we have 2 key mandates, right? One is to lead and drive the digital transformation in Sri Lanka. Now, as you know, the Sri Lankan government and the Sri Lankan the ICTA, right, is moving towards a digital economy, right? We are trying to go online. We are trying to go digital, right? So we, as the main body for the IT industry in Sri Lanka, is joining with the ICTA. We are joining with the government in that digital transformation. And then we also want to help develop and foster the creation of intellectual property. IP, intellectual property, it's a very key area. It's a very critical area, right? It's what you create should be yours, right? There are people copying stuff, so this is very important. So we are very focused on these 2 areas. Of course, being a member of Fitis, there are so many benefits. There are networking opportunities, the events, the brand awareness that we create through our events. I don't think any other association in Sri Lanka can come up to that level. right? We also work with a lot of industry bodies. We work with the Ministry of Education. We work with the ICTA. We work with a lot of ministries. So being the main IT industry body, we have to work with them. We work with a lot of international agencies as well, right? So we work with APICTA, we work with Associo, we work with a lot of those. Then we have a lot of corporate partners that we are working with. We are working with several corporate partners in Sri Lanka, right? So all of these companies, all of these associations get together and we are trying to create a new digital Sri Lanka where you and I and our future generations can really, really prosper. So thank you so much for being with us once again. So that is a bit of a small introduction about what the Federation of IT is doing right now in this country. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Firoz Habib, who is the president of our software chapter. So remember, I spoke about the different 8 chapters we have. So Mr. Firoz Habib is heading the software chapter, which is actually running the Ycs competition. So he will talk to you a bit about Ycs, the APICTA Asia Pacific ICT Awards, as well as what's in store for you over the rest of this time. So over to you, Firoz.
Thank you, Shehan. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Okay, right. So let's discuss about this. Now we have been, this is the 20th year, as you all aware, that we are conducting this Ycs competition. And I'm Firoz Habib, as Shehan said, that I'm driving this initiative this year. This Fitis working with Ministry of Education to conduct this session, where the Fitis associated with Ministry of Education to reach out to island-wide young talents to promote these Ycs competitions. One of the objective is to reach out to as much as audience possible so that we can identify the talents at school levels and then help them motivate to that to come to the next level. And this is one of the national level competition, and this will be the winners will be announced by the Ministry of Education, and of course Udara Madam will cover on the benefits and all other part of engagement, how the Ministry of Education will be doing it. And the judging process is conducted by University of Colombo School of Computing. The role of UCSC is the whole evaluation and judging process, which is done by senior lecturers, senior assistant lecturers, and undergraduates and academic staff, and with a combination of industry experts as well. As you know that we are conducting this Ycs competition for the 20th year. It's only last year that we couldn't host this, but we have done all the initiatives, awareness sessions. However, due to this unfortunate situation, COVID, that we couldn't have this event last year. But however, this year we wanted to include all those participants who are registered, and we have invited everyone. And I'm sure that most of you have, some of you would have some inconvenience because we are almost ready to participate. This Ycs competition, as I said, conducting 20th year, and this is a platform for young talents or young IT talents to become a computer scientist of tomorrow. This Ycs 2021 will be completely conducted in virtual platform. The reason, we all know that having physical interaction is going to be difficult. But again, how we are going to do this, what sort of engagement will be done, how you should prepare for it, that part will be covered by Dr. Samantha Madararaji from University of Colombo School of Computing, UCSC. This is a platform to promote development and of ICT products and solutions from Sri Lanka. The aim of Ycs competition, of course, to expose the computing talent at the school level children at the early stage itself. You can encourage them to develop their talents, and you participating these sort of events, you will get recognition to your innovations, and you create the opportunity for the students, which is representing Sri Lanka, to participate in the national and international level competition like APICTA. Now, this way, by organizing this sort of events or the competition, we are creating the awareness among the youth in the path of ICT. So I will be talking about what sort of benefits pass to the students and all that and what sort of opportunities are there in IT field in my coming slides. And this is the opportunity for students product to the business exposure. Like now, once you develop a product or services, the IT related thing, then you will get exposure to the business community. And you will also get the opportunity to take part in seminars, state mission shows, and across several economies. And here our target to produce 20,000 IT graduates yearly by 2025. This is the target that the government is running in. But currently, if you look at that, we are producing less than 8,000 or closer to 8 to 9,000. But how many of them are getting into IT field as a job career path is still a question. So we are not producing the enough IT graduates. Even if you look at the quality parts, they are the top tier 1 category which move out of the country. So how are we going to create that the amount of people which is required for this industry? And we wanted to produce by participating this sort of events, then we can identify the talent so that we can create small mini software house. It's called the MSH concept, which was introduced by Fitis. So we wanted to introduce that mini software house concept across the country so that we should be able to create those 1,000 mini software houses across the country. தமிழ்லையும் கொஞ்சம் வழங்கப்படுத்திட்டு போறேன். என்னன்னு சொன்னால் திரும்ப வந்து எங்களுக்கு வழங்கப்படுத்தல டைம் இல்லாம இருக்கும். இந்த YCS காம்படிஷன் நாங்க செய்யறதுல உண்மையான நோக்கம் வந்து இந்த சின்ன வயசுலயே அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான இந்த ஐடி கம்ப்யூட்டிங் டேலண்ட்ஸ் அவங்க ஏற்கனவே அவங்க ஏதாவது கிளாஸ்ல படிச்சது அப்படி இல்லாட்டி மற்றவங்களோட சேர்ந்து படிச்சது பிரைவேட்டா படிச்சது வச்சுக்கொண்டு ஏதாவது அவங்களுக்கு செய்யக்கூடியதா இருக்குமா இருந்தா இந்த டேலண்ட் இருக்கிறவங்க நாங்க ஏர்லியா ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான மோட்டிவேஷன்ஸ் அவங்க எப்படி ஃபர்தர் அவங்களுடைய டெவலப்மெண்ட் அவங்க கண்டுபிடிச்ச இனோவேஷன்ஸை ஃபர்தர் டெவலப் பண்ணலாம்ன்றதை பற்றி அவங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் ஒரு தெளிவூட்டலும் ஆக்கமும் கொடுத்து அவங்கள எப்படி அவங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சதுகளை நாங்கள் எப்படி மேற்கொண்டு அவங்கள நல்ல நிலைமைக்கு கொண்டு போக வைக்கலாம்ன்றதும் அதோட சேர்த்து அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான இப்போ ஒரு காம்படிஷன் ஒன்றுல இப்போ இவங்க YCS காம்படிஷன்ல பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அதுல வின் பண்ணினு சொன்னால் அதுக்கு மேலே இன்டர்நேஷனல் காம்படிஷன் இப்போ APICTA சொல்லி அவார்ட் காம்படிஷனுக்கு நாங்கள் அனுப்புறோம். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நாங்கள் செய்யறதால இவங்களுக்கு அந்த சின்ன வயசுலயே அவங்க ஏதாவது கண்டுபிடிச்சு அந்த டேலண்ட் இருக்கிறவங்க இந்த ஏற்கனவே இப்ப இருக்கிற பிசினஸ் கிரவுட் வந்து பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறாங்க. தங்களுக்கு தேவையான நல்ல பிரில்லியன்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆரம்பத்திலேயே கண்டுபிடிச்சு அவங்களுக்கு தேவையான சப்போர்ட்ஸ் கொடுத்து எடுத்துன்னு சொன்னால் அவங்களோட மேலதிகமா அவங்களோட கம்பெனியை டெவலப் பண்றதுக்கும் இவங்களோட பிள்ளைகளோட நாலேஜை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கும் அது வசதியா இருக்கும். அப்ப அதுக்குரிய ஒரு சூழலை தான் நாங்க உருவாக்கி கொடுக்குறோம். அப்ப அவங்களுக்கு எக்ஸிபிஷன்ஸ்கள், ட்ரேட் ஷோஸ்கள், வேற துறைகள்ல எல்லாம் அவங்களுக்கு தொடர்புகளை ஏற்படுத்தி அதுகளெல்லாம் போயிட்டு அவங்க தொடர்புபடக்கூடிய மாதிரி இருக்கும். மற்றது முக்கியமான விடயம், இலங்கையில இருக்கிற பாகப்பெரிய குறைபாடு தான் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு கிட்டத்தட்ட 20,000 ஐடி கிராஜுவேட்ஸ் தேவை இருக்கிற தொழிலை செய்யறதுக்கு. எங்களுக்கு நிறைய வெளிநாட்டு கம்பெனிகள் இங்க இலங்கையில அவங்களோட கம்பெனிஸ் பிரான்ச்சஸ் ஓபன் பண்றாங்க. ஆனா நாங்க 8,000க்கும் 9,000க்கும் இடையில தான் எங்க யூனிவர்சிட்டிஸுக்குள்ளால கிராஜுவேட்ஸ் வெளியில வராங்க. அந்த 8,000-9,000 எடுத்துக்கொண்டாலும் அதுலயும் மிக குறைஞ்ச அளவுதான் ஐடி ஃபீல்டுக்குள்ள நின்று பிடிக்கிறாங்க. மற்றவங்க எல்லாரும் என்ன செய்யறாங்கன்னு சொன்னா வேற துறைகள்ல அவங்க மாறி போய் கொண்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. அப்ப 20,000 வேகன்சியை வச்சுக்கொண்டு எங்களுக்கு உண்மையில ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு கிடைக்கிறது 7,000-8,000க்குள்ளன்னு சொன்னால் அந்த கேப் எங்களுக்கு ஃபீல் பண்ணி கொள்ளையில. ஆகவே இங்க இதுக்குள்ள இருக்கிற ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி மிக பெருசு. ஸோ அதை நீங்க வழங்கி கொண்டீங்கன்னு சொன்னால் நீங்க வந்து இந்த மாதிரியான காம்படிஷன்ல பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ற நேரம் உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஐடி ஃபீல்டுல வரதுக்கு தேவையான நாலேஜ்கள் எல்லாம் சரியா வந்துடும். ஆகவே உங்களுக்கு அந்த தொழிலை பெற்றுக்கொள்வது மிக மிக லேசா இருக்கும். அதுலயும் ஐடி ஃபீல்டுல கிடைக்கிற சேலரி மற்ற தொழிலோட கம்பேர் பண்ணிக்க மிச்சம் கூடுதலா இருக்கும். ஆகவே நீங்க அதை கொஞ்சம் பார்க்கலாம். பேரண்ட்ஸ் கொஞ்சம் கவனிச்சுக்கொள்ளணும். அடுத்தது நாங்களோட கான்செப்ட் நாங்கள் டெவலப் பண்ணிப்போம். மைக்ரோ சாஃப்ட்வேர் ஹவுஸ்ன்னு சொன்னால் சின்ன சின்ன சாஃப்ட்வேர் கம்பெனிஸ் மாதிரியான அமைப்பொண்டு கிராம மட்டத்திலேயே உருவாக்கி கொள்றது. இப்போ எங்களோட டார்கெட் ஒரு 1000 கம்பெனி. இப்போ எங்கட இதுல YCSல பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்றாங்களே வச்சுக்கொண்டு அவங்கள அந்தந்த ஏரியாவிலே வச்சு எப்படி ஒரு சின்ன சின்ன கம்பெனிகளை உருவாக்கி அப்போ ஒரு 1000 சாஃப்ட்வேர் கம்பெனி நாங்கள் உருவாக்கினோம்னு சொன்னால் உங்களுக்கு இன்றைக்கு தனிக்க உங்களோட கதைப்பார் அவரை மாதிரி 1000 பேர் எங்களுக்கு உருவாக்கக்கூடியதா இருக்கும். Now, coming back to this benefit for YCS champions, which I have already covered most of this part, obtain opportunity, technical support, knowledge support, and sponsor investment development, develop the innovative products, which I have covered a little bit, and the platform to find the matching and multiple networking opportunities and prestige certificate award by Ministry of Education in collaboration with Fitis, and you got scholarship and placement offered from well-renowned universities, and you get exposure to the international innovation and technology source and platform to exhibit your innovative product, and publication and recognition in Sri Lanka mass media. So மற்ற இதுல பெனிஃபிட் உங்களுக்கு இருக்க நன்மைகளை பார்த்துக்கொண்டீங்கன்னு சொன்னால் அதுல உங்களுக்கு தேவையான சப்போர்ட் வந்து இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்குள்ளாலே எங்களுக்கு எடுத்து தரையிடும். ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்ததுன்னு சொன்னா அதில் எப்படி நீங்க வந்து ஓவர் கம் பண்ணி முன்னுக்கு வாரன்ற பற்றியும் தேவையான சப்போர்ட்ஸ் எங்களுக்கு தெரியும். மற்றது உங்களுக்கு இப்போ ஃபைனான்சியல் ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை இருக்குமா இருந்தால் அதுக்கு எப்படி நாங்க உதவி செய்யலான்றதையும் பார்க்கணும். கிட்டடியில இப்ப ICTAல இப்ப நாங்க வந்து கழிச்சு கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். எப்படி என்று சொன்னால் நல்ல டேலண்டான பிள்ளைகளை ஆரம்பத்திலேயே கண்டுபிடிச்சு அவங்களுக்கு நாங்க எப்படி மென்டரிங் கோச்சிங் எப்படி அவங்கள ஒரு அந்த அவங்களோட கண்டுபிடிப்பை எப்படி அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு இனோவேஷனா மட்டும் இல்லாமலுக்கு ஒரு கமர்ஷியல் ப்ராடக்டா எப்படி ஒரு மார்க்கெட்ல நாங்க அந்த அதை வச்சுக்கொண்டு உழைக்கக்கூடிய மாதிரி பணம் சம்பாதிக்கக்கூடிய மாதிரி ஒரு பிசினஸ் ஒன்று கிரியேட் பண்ணி அதை வச்சுக்கொண்டு எப்படி அவங்கள அந்த ஃபேமிலியோட சப்போர்ட்டோடய முன்னுக்கு கொண்டு போய் வைக்கலாம் சொல்லி ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் மட்டும் செஞ்சு கொண்டு வரோம். இந்த முறை நாங்க அதுக்கு மிச்சம் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்றோம். இதுல இன்றைக்கு நாங்க இந்த இன்னும் ஒரு கிழமைக்குள்ள நாங்க போன வருஷம் 2019 வின் பண்ணினவங்கல இருந்து ஒரு 15 பேரை செலக்ட் பண்ணி இருக்கிறோம். I want to make another special announcement here. ICTA has joined with us, which we are about to make an announcement that they wanted to support the young talents which is coming out of this YCS to take them to the mentoring program and guide them towards building their own companies and build their own business and run it as a business rather than just an innovation, convert that innovation into a successful business model. So this is the opportunity for you all to take part because we can't go overall. So only way out to select that is, there are 4.2 million student population. So how the government is going to choose? They wanted to identify the IT talents. So this is the national level competition conducted in partnership with the Ministry of Education, and judging is done by UCSC. So no impartial, nothing is done. It's clearly open and transparent process that we follow. So therefore, ICTA is willing to take the winners and then help them to convert them into the successful business model through the mentoring program. Now, rewards, if you look at the rewards with where we had in 2019 30 place awards and we had 96 merit awards and the 6 best awards. So these best awards are they have been sent to APICTA award, which is the Asia Pacific award. The last time in 2019 they have been sent to Vietnam. So நீங்க கடந்த போட்டிகளை பார்த்து கொண்டீங்கன்னு சொன்னால் பங்குபற்றின பிள்ளைகள்ல 30 பேருக்கு அவங்களை ரெகக்னைஸ் பண்ணப்பட்டாங்க. மெரிட் அவார்ட் வந்து 96 பேருக்கு கிடைச்சது. அடுத்தது பெஸ்ட் அவார்ட் கிடைச்சது 6 பேருக்கு. இந்த 6 பேரும் இதுல யாரு பெஸ்ட் அவார்ட் இது எல்லாத்தையும் எங்களுக்கு ஃபைனலைஸ் பண்ணி தரது UCSC கொலம்போ யூனிவர்சிட்டியால தான் அதை செய்து தருவாங்க. அதுக்கு பிறகு அவங்க ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ற அந்த 6 பேர் தான் போன முறை நாங்க 6 பேரை செலக்ட் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு முதல் தடவை 3 பேர் அப்படி அவங்க ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணி தருவாங்க. இதுக்குள்ள நாங்க யாரை அனுப்பலாம், இன்டர்நேஷனல் காம்படிஷனுக்கு அனுப்பலாம்னு சொல்லி அவங்க எங்களுக்கு ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணி தருவாங்க. அவங்கள நாங்க என்ன செய்யறோம்னு சொன்னால், இப்போ போன முறை எல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ் கிடைச்சது. ஸோ எப்படி சரி நாங்க ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ் நாங்க அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி இப்போ 2019ஆம் ஆண்டு வியட்நாம்ல நடந்தது. இந்த வருஷம் இன்னும் சரியா கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணப்படையில பிசிக்கலி நடக்குமா வர்ச்சுவலி நடக்குமான்னு சொல்லி, ஆனா இந்த வருஷம் நடக்க இருக்கிறது மலேசியாவில். அப்ப பிசிக்கலி நடக்குமா இருந்தால் இந்த வருஷமும் வினர்ஸை நாங்க மலேசியாவுக்கு அனுப்புறதுக்கு தான் இருக்கிறோம். ஓகே, ஸோ இது உங்களுக்கு நல்ல ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இதில் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்றது. Now, if you look at APICTA, the Asia Pacific ICT Alliance, which representing the countries like Australia, Bangladesh, Brunei, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Pakistan, Myanmar. So, எல்லாம் தலை சிறந்த நாடுகள். So all are leading countries. So we are competing with them, and then even there are students who go there and win that competition. Now let's look at awareness program. Now we have done this launch last May 25th. We are planning to do it in all 3 languages. Last session we had done it mostly in Sinhala, but English and Sinhala. This time we are doing it in English and Tamil because we want to cover the entire segment of the students. So we have conducted first session on 25th May, and the second session, which is today, 26th June, we are conducting. And also we have a plan to conduct another session that how to submit your projects and all that. Will be done tentatively. We have planned to do it on 24th July. Then also we are planning to do the awareness session for the people who got shortlisted. Then after that we got to do the mentoring session, how to present it, and if there are any issues and challenges, and we would probably, if required, we will help them out. And it's not fixing their problem and all that, but we can help them how to, that part of it. So தமிழ்லையும் கொஞ்சம் சொல்லி முடிக்கிறேன் நான். நாங்கள் இதை நாங்கள் வர்ச்சுவல் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல செய்யறதால எல்லாரையும் எங்களுக்கு தொடர்பு கொண்டு செய்யறது கொஞ்சம் கடினமான காரியம். அதனால நாங்க வர்ச்சுவல் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல எல்லா விஷயங்களையும் நாங்க இன்டர்நெட்ல எங்க வெப்சைட்ல போட்டிருக்கிறோம், மற்றது சோசியல் மீடியாக்கள்ல போட்டிருக்கிறோம், மற்றது இப்ப அவேர்னஸ் செஷனும் நாங்கள் 1.5 மணித்தியால செஷன், இது 2வது செஷனா செய்யணும். போன மே 25ஆம் தேதி நாங்க 1வது செஷன் செஞ்சோம். அது இங்கிலீஷும் சிங்கள மீடியம் சேர்ந்து இந்த மாதிரி நாங்க இங்கிலீஷும் தமிழ் மீடியமும் மெயினா டார்கெட் பண்ணி செய்வோம். மற்றது இப்ப 2வது அவேர்னஸ் செஷன் போய்கொண்டிருக்குது. அதுக்கு பிறகு நாங்க உங்களுக்கு ப்ரொஜெக்டை சப்மிட் பண்றதுக்கு ஜூலை 31 வரைக்கும் இப்போதைக்கு நேரம் தரப்பட்டிருக்குது. அதையும் 7 மாதம் வரைக்கும் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்றது தான் நாங்க டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். எங்களுக்கு ஜட்ஜிங் ப்ராசஸோட சேர்த்து அந்த டைம் லைன் எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்து நாங்க ஃபேவரபிளா இருந்தால் உங்களுக்கு நாங்க டைம் கொடுத்து தருவோம். அதுக்கு பிறகு நீங்க அந்த எப்படி நீங்க சப்மிட் பண்றது கைட்லைனை பற்றி தான் அந்த 24ஆம் தேதி இதுல சுலகப்படுத்துவோம். அதோட சேர்த்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டுகள் நீங்க செய்ய அதுல வரக்கூடிய பிழைகள் அதில் எப்படி கரெக்ட் பண்ணலான்ற பற்றிய தகவல்களும் உங்களுக்கு தரப்படும். பிறகு எப்படி நீங்க அதை ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்றது, எப்படி நீங்க அந்த ப்ராடக்ட் எல்லாத்தையும் ஃபைன் டியூன் பண்ணி கம்ப்ளீட்டா எல்லாம் செஞ்சு டெஸ்ட் பண்ணி நீங்க எப்படி அதை நீங்க ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்றது பற்றியும், அதுக்கு பிறகு நாங்க இன்னும் ஃபர்தர் மென்டரைசேஷன் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கலி இப்ப நீங்க ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் அல்லது ரோபோட்டிக்ஸ்ல அப்படி இல்லாட்டி வெப் அப்ளிகேஷன் இல்லாட்டி மொபைல் அப்ளிகேஷன் செஞ்சிருந்தேன்னு சொன்னால் அந்தந்த எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸை கொண்டாந்து நாங்க அந்தந்த குரூப்பை பிரிச்சு, உதாரணத்துக்கு இப்ப இது வரைக்கும் கிட்டத்தட்ட 500 பிள்ளைகளுக்கு மேல அப்ளை பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்க, 2000 பேருக்கு மேல ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்க. ஆனால் காம்படிஷனுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணியிருக்கிறார்கள் ஒரு 500 பேரு கிட்டதான். அப்ப அந்த 500 பேர்லயும் 150-200 பேர் மொபைல் அப்ளிகேஷனா இருக்கும். அப்ப அவங்கள செலக்ட் பண்ணி எடுத்து அவங்களுக்கு நாங்க ட்ரைனிங் கொடுப்போம். அவங்கள கொஞ்சம் எப்படி நீங்க செய்யணும்ன்றதை பற்றி நான் விளக்கங்களை கொடுக்குறேன். சரி, அப்ப உங்களுக்கு அதுல தேவையான தகவல்கள், நிறைய தகவல்கள் உங்களுக்கு வழங்கிக் கொள்ளக்கூடியதா இருக்கும், நிறைய context வரும் இருக்குல்ல. So let me talk about the judging process, where this is done by University of Columbus School of Computing. Here you can see how the judging is done. All these days, it has been a physical event. So therefore, you can see the physical part only. This is the first time that we are trying to do it virtually. இது வந்து நீங்க இப்ப பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது எப்படி யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆஃப் கொலம்பஸ் ஸ்கூல் ஆஃப் கம்ப்யூட்டிங் கொலம்பு யூனிவர்சிட்டியில ஜட்ஜிங் ப்ராசஸ் எப்படி நடக்குதுன்றதை பற்றியும் பிள்ளைகள் எப்படி ஒவ்வொன்றை விளங்கப்படுத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறாங்க, ஜட்ஜஸ் அதை எப்படி பார்க்குறாங்கன்றதை பற்றி நீங்க பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறீங்க. Here is the press release. So you can see the first one is award ceremony where the Fitis and Ministry of Education recognized 126 young computer scientists. So you can see this is in 2019. And ICTA showcases Fitis young computer scientist winners at APICTA, Vietnam. So போன முறை வந்து ICTA எங்களுக்கு உதவி செஞ்சது வினர்ஸ் வியட்நாமுக்கு கூட்டிட்டு போயிட்டு அந்த 6 பிள்ளைய நீங்க பாக்குறீங்க, அந்த இதுல இருக்க சின்ன பிள்ளையோட சேர்த்து 6 பிள்ளைகளை கூட்டிட்டு போறதுக்கு. Then you can see here IIT sponsored Fitis young computer scientist. So IIT எங்களுக்கு வந்து போன முறை வந்து ஸ்பான்சர்ஸா வந்தவங்க பிள்ளைகளை வந்து வியட்நாமுக்கு கூட்டிட்டு போறதுக்கு, அந்த காம்படிஷனுக்கு கூட்டிட்டு போறதுக்கு. So you can see that we used to receive good recognition and support from the industry, and we are hoping for more support this year as well. These are some of the other photos and the press articles. This is Vietnam. The whole Sri Lanka team is here. The winning team, the 3 gold awards and all that in the APICTA for Sri Lanka. And here is the Vietnam crowd. These are some of the other articles that we have. Let me quickly show you some of the facts. Now, we in Sri Lanka, we have 600 plus organization and 140,000 plus employees, and year on year 13% growth and 1.2 billion export revenue that we are looking at. இலங்கையில இன்றைக்கு கிட்டத்தட்ட 600க்கு மேற்பட்ட கம்பெனிகள் இருக்குது. 1,40,000க்கு மேற்பட்ட ஐடி ஒர்க் ஃபோர்ஸ் இருக்கிறாங்க, வேலை செஞ்சு கொண்டிருக்கிறாங்க. 13% மேல ஒவ்வொரு வருஷமும் வளர்ச்சி அடைஞ்சு கொண்டு போகுது. இன்றைக்கு அதாவது 2018-19 ஆண்டுக்குரிய தரவின்படி 1.2 பில்லியன் வருமானம் கிடைக்குது. ஆனா நாங்கள் எதிர்பார்க்கிறது இது 13% வளர்ச்சியிலிருந்து இது 21 வளர்ச்சியாக மாறி இருக்குது 2019 ஆண்டு வார நேரம். ஆனால் இது இப்ப இன்னும் வளர்ச்சி அடைஞ்சு கொண்டு போகுது. So as you can see that it is still increasing. So how are we going to support that? This is the target. By 2022, we need 360,000 workforce, and we are going to achieve $3 billion revenue. This is only covering the export industry. So 2022 ஆண்டு ஆகிற நேரம் எங்களுக்கு 3,60,000 பேர் மேல வேலைக்கு தேவைப்படும். ஆனால் எங்கள்கிட்ட 2018 ஆண்டு வரைக்கும் 1,40,000 பேர் இருந்தது. இன்னும் எங்களுக்கு 2 லட்சத்தை தாண்ட இல்லை. நினைச்சு கொள்ளுங்க இவ்வளவு தூரம் வேகன்சிஸ் இருக்குது. தொழில் தரத்துக்கு நீங்க எந்த ஒரு பிரச்சனையும் இருக்காது. படிச்சு முடிஞ்சால் நேர தொழில் தான் உங்களுக்கு. Now let's look at some of the technologies. So cloud platform technology, mobility platform technologies, analytic platform technology, workflow management, and conversational platform and virtual assistant chatbots and all that. You see that these are the top trending technologies currently in use, right? So some of the other things like these are the employment currently in the back-end development, front-end development, QA test, mobility development, etc. And next 16 months, 6 to 18 months, you see the requirement for this one as increasing, like the machine learning, data scientist, embedded technology, DevOps specialist. So as you can see, these are the areas that we also wanted to focus on. We are conducting this competition on these areas. So in the area தான் வந்து சேவைகளும் கூடி கொண்டு போகுது. நாங்களும் இதுக்குள்ள தான் உங்களுக்கு காம்படிஷனை வச்சு கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். Right. So with that, I would like to hand it back to Shehan, and he will do the other stuff.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fairuz. That was Mr. Fairuz Habib, the president of the Fitis Software Chapter. So there's quite a lot of requests to get Fairuz to repeat some of the stuff he said in Sinhalese as well, because he spoke in English and translated to Tamil as well. So Fairuz, hopefully during the Q&A session, you can handle some of those issues in Sinhalese as well, because we need to balance it out and talk to the full audience right now. Right, so thank you so much. Next, we have Mrs. Udara Adikumbura. She is the Director of Education, Information and Communication Technology branch at the Ministry of Education. So she will talk about how the Ministry of Education is also supporting the YCS competition. Over to you, Ms. Udara.
Thank you, Mr. Shehan. Good morning. Ayubowan Vanakkam. On behalf of the Information and Communication Technology branch of the Ministry of Education, I warmly welcome everyone. The National ICT Championship, which is an annual competition organized by the Ministry of Education. This competition consists of 3 categories. There are 2 sections for children and the other one is for the teachers. The first one is the YCS competition, Young Computer Scientist, which organized by the Federation of IT Industry in collaboration with the Ministry of Education ICT branch. The software competition conducted by the Computer Society of Sri Lanka is also conducted in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. The third category is the Creative Teacher Competition. It's conducted by the Ministry of Education for teachers and teacher students at National Colleges of Education. Launched in 2009, the ICT Championship will be held for the 13th time this year. Circular number 10 of year 2020 provides the necessary instructions and guidance. A set of guidelines and all instructions has also been prepared in this regard. And the circular and the code of instructions have been made available on the website of the Ministry of Education. Education has provided computer laboratory facilities to schools and also appointed teachers for the subject of ICT. I expect students from all schools which functioning ICT subject to participate in this competition. Due to the prevailing situation in this country, the registration period for this year's competition has been extended to 15 July. Therefore, you can have another 2 weeks to apply for this. As this competition is a national level competition, I would like to remind you that the winning students will have the opportunity to participate in an international level competition, as Mr. Fairuz said. This is also giving additional marks at the university entrance. I would also like to remind all students that this competition is not just for students who learn ICT as a subject, although it is based on ICT. So you can participate with any creative and innovative ideas. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the officers at Fitis and all relevant officers at UCSC, University of Colombo School of Computing, for joining the Ministry of Education in organizing and judging the YCS and National ICT Championship competition. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the school teachers, principals, as well as the provincial and zonal level education officers for the continuous support their support making this competition as a success. All the students to join this competition with your fresh ideas and innovative designs. Ms. Arosha Madiba will explain the benefits of this, so I am not going to take more time. I'm also like to talk few words in Sinhala. මම කැමති සිංහල භාෂාවෙනුත් වචන කීපයක් කතා කරන්න. අපි සිංහල සෙෂන් එකක් මීට පෙර පැවැත්වුවත් අද දවසේ සහභාගී වෙන දරුවන්ගේ සහ ගුරුවරුන්ගේ ප්‍රයෝජනය උදෙසා මේක ජාතික මට්ටමේ තරගයක් නිසා ඔබට ඔබේ හැකියාවට ලැබෙන තැන අනුව ඔබට පුළුවන් දුවේ පුතේ මේ තරඟාවලියෙන් ඔබ ලබන ජයග්‍රහණය මත ඔබේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ප්‍රවේශයට අවශ්‍ය ලකුණු මේ හරහා ලබා ගන්න. ඒ නිසා ඔබ ඔබේ දක්ෂතා විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ අපි පත් වෙලා ඉන්න මේ රටේ තත්වයක් එක්ක ඔබට විවේක ලැබිලා තියෙනවා ඔබේ පාසල් අධ්‍යාපන කටයුතු සමග මේ තරඟාවලියට අවශ්‍ය නිර්මාණ ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න. ඒ නිසා අපි ලියාපදිංචි දිනය සති දෙකකින් තවත් කල් දාලා තිබෙනවා. ඔබට නිර්මාණ ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න අපි තවත් කාල සීමාව ලබා දෙන්නත් තීරණය කරලා තිබෙනවා. ඒ නිසා ඔබට මේ සියලු තොරතුරු අපේ අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යාංශ වෙබ් අඩවිය හරහා ලබාගෙන ඔබේ දක්ෂතා තුළින් ඔබත් ජයග්‍රහණය කරන ගමන් රටේ අනාගත පුරවැසියන් විදිහට ඔබට හොඳ ගමනක් යන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා තොරතුරු හා sannivedana තාක්ෂණය තුළින් ඔබේ ජීවිතේ ජය ගන්නා ගමන්ම ඔබේ අනාගතයට ඔබේ අධ්‍යාපනයට මේ හරහා ලබාගත හැකි දායකත්වය ලබා ගන්නා මෙන්ද මම ඔබ සැමගෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා. ඒ නිසා දුවේ පුතේ අද සහභාගී වෙන සියලුම දරුවෝ ඒ වගේම ඔබේ යහළු ඉහෙලියන් මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් දැනුවත් කරන්න. ඔබ තවමත් ප්‍රමාද නැහැ. ඔබට ඉතා හොඳ නිර්මාණ සමගින් අපත් සමග එක්විය හැකියි. අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යාංශය මගින් ඔබ සඳහා ලබා දෙනු ලබන මේ අවස්ථාව නිසි පරිදි ප්‍රයෝජනයට ගනු ඇතැයි මා විශ්වාස කරනවා. ගරු අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යතුමා ඒ වගේම අධ්‍යාපන ලේකම්තුමා වගේම අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යාංශයේ සියලුම නිලධාරීන් ඔබට සහයෝගය ලබා දීමට ඔබේ අනාගතයට අතහිත දීමට සූදානමින් සිටිනවා. ඒ නිසා විශේෂයෙන්ම අපි තොරතුරු තාක්ෂණයේ විෂයක් වශයෙන් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන සියලුම පාසල්වල දුවා දරුවන් මේ තරඟාවලිය සමග එක්වෙනු ඇතැයි අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. ඔබට තවමත් අවස්ථාව තිබෙනවා. අපිට 2020 වසරේ මේ තරඟාවලිය පැවැත්වීමට නොහැකි වුණත් අපි හැකි මට්ටමින් 2021 වසරේ මේ තරඟාවලිය ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න සූදානම් වුණේ ඒ නිසා. මම සුබපතනවා සියලුම දෙනාට ඔබට ඉතාමත් හොඳ නිර්මාණ සමගින් අපත් සමග එක්විය හැකි බවයි මා අදහස් කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසා දුවේ පුතේ ඔබ සියලුම දෙනාට සුබ දවසක් ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් මම නිහඬ වෙනවා. පරිස්සමින් ඉන්න හැමෝම අවශ්‍ය අවස්ථාවල අපි සහයෝගය ලබා දෙන්න සූදානම්. අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යාංශයේ වෙබ් අඩවිය සමග ඔබ නිරන්තරයෙන් රැඳී සිටින්න ඔබට අවශ්‍ය මඟ පෙන්වීම අපි ඒ මගින් ලබා දෙනවා. සුබ දවසක් සියලුම දෙනාට.
Thank you, Ms. Udara. That was Ms. Udara Dikumbura, Director ICT from the Ministry of Education. Next, we have a very important segment of today. Adi dawase hondama segment ekada api yande yanne. We have Dhanika Perera, right? Dhanika Perera is the CEO and founder of Bhasha Lanka. Ogolo දැන් හෙලකුරු භාවිතා කරනවාද ඔගොල්ලෝගේ ෆෝන්ස් වල ඔගොල්ලෝගේ ලැප්ටොප් වල Dhanika තමයි ඒකේ පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්න සාර්ථක කතාව. ඉතින් Dhanika ඇවිල්ලා අපේ YCS තරඟයේ කලින් ජයග්‍රහණය කරපු කෙනෙක්. He is a past winner of our YCS competition. So I would like to invite Dhanika to share a few words and share us his success story on how Dhanika came into who he is today and how the YCS competition helped him to achieve that. Over to you, Dhanika.
Thank you very much, Shahan. Good morning to all of you. Aibon Hamontama. So I would like to thank Fitis for giving me this opportunity first to address you all, especially the students. So I actually participated for YCS 15 years back. අවුරුදු 15කට කලින් තමයි මම YCS competition එකට සහභාගී වුණේ. So I thought that I would share with you what actually, I mean, how actually YC has helped me, and actually for my journey, I came until now, how it actually helped, how it actually impacted my life. So අද වෙනකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමෝම මාව දන්නේ සහ මාව නොදැනු මාව දන්නේ නැති වුණත් ඔබ හැමෝම මේ වෙනකොට දන්නවා හෙලකුරු ගැන නේ. You all know about හෙලකුරු today, even though you don't know about me, right? So that is actually the reason that I'm invited to speak to you, to motivate you today as well. So if I share with you about Helakuru, kohomada Helakuru gamana ආරම්භ වුණේ, it actually all started with one of the unique passions that I had. මට තිබ්බ unique ආසාවක්, unique passion එකක්. අපි passion එකට අපි අපේ භාෂාවෙන් කිව්වොත් අර අපි කියන්නේ පිස්සුවක් කියලා. අර ඒ වගේ මට තිබ්බ unique පිස්සුවක් නිසා තමයි, අනන්‍ය වෙච්ච පිස්සුවක් නිසා තමයි අතරම ඒ ගමන ආරම්භ වුණේ. ඒ passion එක මට තිබ්බේ සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් මෘදුකාංග නිර්මාණය කරන්න. To innovate or to create software products in Sinhala language. So that was actually my unique passion, right? So when I look back my journey, මම ආපස්සහැරිලා බැලුවට පස්සේ මගේ කතන්දරේ, the first time I actually identify that I have a passion and I have a capability to work on that passion in my school age, right? ඕගොල්ලෝ වගේම ඉස්කෝලේ යන කාලෙදී O level A level කරන කාලෙදී තමයි අතරම මේ passion එක මට තියෙනවා කියලා මම පළවෙනි සැරේට අවබෝධ කරගත්තේ, right? It actually ඒ දවස්වල අතරම අපිට තිබ්බා A level project එකක් කරන්න. අපේ ඉස්කෝලේ උසස් පෙළට බාහිර ව්‍යාපෘතියක් කරන්න තිබ්බා. ඉතින් ඒකට මම නිර්මාණය කරා මානවයා කියලා පුංචි software එකක්. It's actually I didn't know about programming at all, right? I think most of you may now know, but at that time actually even I didn't know about any programming language at all when I was at school. But I used animation software, Flash wage, Swish kela podi software ekak tibba where we can use to do animation stuff. So that software එක පාවිච්චි කරලා I actually created a little piece of software, මානවයා, about the human body. It's just like actually a small encyclopedia of human body in Sinhala language, right? That's why I actually named it as Manavaya. So me Manavaya කියන පුංචි නිර්මාණය මම කරලා ඉස්කෝලේ කාලෙදී මේ 2006 අවුරුද්දේ 2007 අවුරුද්දේදී මම young computer scientist competition එකට මේ මම කරපු පුංචි නිර්මාණය ඉදිරිපත් කරනවා, right? එතනදී මට පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙනවා මේ YCS competition එකේ silver award එක ලබා ගන්න 2007 අවුරුද්දේ, right? So when I look back, මම ආපස්සට බැලුවට පස්සේ that was actually the first motivation that I got, that මේ මට තිබ්බ passion එකට, මේ මට තිබ්බ ආසාවට සහ මම මේ කරපු දෙයට වටිනාකමක් තියෙනවා. It actually has a value, it actually has a potential, that I got to know that it actually has a potential because actually I won an award like this, right? Then actually how the story continued, කතාව ඉස්සරහට ගියේ. So I was really motivated. මේ මට තිබ්බ unique ආසාව ඔස්සේ වැඩ කරන්න මම තව තවත් motivate වුණා මේකෙන්. As a result, when I got into University of Moratuwa, මම මොරටුව සරසවියට ඇතුළත් වෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ උසස් පෙළෙන් පස්සේ. එතනදී මට කේවල ව්‍යාපෘතියක් කරන්න නියමිතව තිබ්බා. I had to do an individual project for my degree, right? There also I selected to create a software product in my own passion, that is Sinhala language, right? So එතනදී මම හදනවා තව product එකක්, set browser කියලා සිංහලෙන් reading capability එක mobile phones වලට දෙන. ඒ product එකට මට South Asian award එකක් ඊළඟට හිමි කරගන්න ලැබෙනවා, right? I got actually an opportunity to win a South Asian award next after the YCS Silver Award. I actually won a South Asian award, M-billionth South Asian award in 2011, right? A award එකෙන් පස්සේ I got a market opportunity, industry opportunity එකක් ලැබෙනවා මට එටිසලාට ආයතනයෙන්. we like your product, you can actually work with us to commercialize that product, right? So that's how actually I start my company. A first product එකට මට ආපු opportunity එක නිසා තමයි මම මේ Bhasha Lanka පුද්ගලික සමාගම ආරම්භ කරන්නේ, register කරන්නේ, right? Just as a university student in 2011, right? And a company එක ආරම්භ කිරීමේ ප්‍රතිඵලයක් විදිහට තමයි අද ඔබ සියලුම දෙනා දන්න සහ අපි මීට දවස් කීපයකට කලින් ලංකාවේ ප්‍රථම ඇප් එක වුණා මිලියන් 10ක්. ඒ කියන්නේ ලක්ෂ 100ක්. මිලියන් 10ක් ඩවුන්ලෝඩ්ස් Google Play Store එකේ පහු කරපු ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ නිෂ්පාදිත පළවෙනිම ඇප් එක. Right? The first Sri Lankan made in Sri Lanka mobile app in the Google Play Store to pass 10 million downloads for the very first time. So we are the only and first app to pass that milestone, right? And a product එක හෙලකුරු හදන්න මට ආభాෂය ලැබුණේ මට හැකියාව ලැබුණේ අර ආපු ගමනේ පියවරක් විදිහට. එතකොට another thing I actually would like to share another thing that හෙලකුරු was actually a product for a problem of people, right? මිනිසුන්ට ඒ දවස්වල තිබ්බ ප්‍රශ්නයකට විසඳුමක් විදිහට තමයි මම මීට අවුරුදු 10කට කලින් 2011 වර්ෂයේදී හෙලකුරු නිර්මාණය කරන්නේ, right? That problem was actually now smartphones was becoming popular, but it's actually becoming the device of the masses. හැමෝම මිනිස්සු ගාව phone එක තමයි digital device එකක් විදිහට තියෙන්න පටන් ගත්තේ. But they can't actually, I mean, the majority of our countries actually need local language support for their day-to-day life, but they can't use their smartphone on their language, Sinhala language. So that was actually the other motivation that I had. Okay, there is a problem in the society, a problem with the people, right? මිනිසුන්ට තියෙනවා ප්‍රශ්නයක් මේ තාක්ෂණය සම්බන්ධයෙන්. So මට මගේ passion එකත් ඒකට අදාළ නිසා මට මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ විසඳන්න හැකියාවක් තියෙනවා. So that was actually how I came up with this හෙලකුරු idea. හෙලකුරු අදහස හෙලකුරු නිර්මාණය කිරීමේ අදහස මට ආවේ අන්නේ දෙකම එකතු වෙලා මගේ passion මට තිබ්බ passion එක සහ මම දැකපු අර සමාජයේ තිබ්බ ප්‍රශ්නේ, right? So මේ දෙකම එකතු වීම නිසා බී කරපු නිර්මාණය අද වෙනකොට ගොඩක් දුර ඇවිල්ලා තිනවා. මම මුලදී මම තනියම පටන් ගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ මම මගේ සමාගම යටතේ මගේ ආයතන යටතේ මම ටීම් එකක් හදාගෙන අද වෙනකොට 30ක් පමණ දෙනා මේ හෙලකුරු වෙනුවෙන් වැඩ කරනවා. So it has actually come a long way until now. Right, so that's actually my story. So what I actually want to leave you gedara geniyanna denna puluwan dewal tika. So this is actually a this may you may not see actually a huge potential at this competition right now, but believe me, it can be a turning point of your life if you actually leverage it right. Right? ඔබ මේ අවස්ථාව මේක ඔබට වැඩි ලොකු දෙයක් විදිහට පේන එකක් නැහැ සමහර වෙලාවට. හැබැයි මේ අවස්ථාව ඔබ හරියට ප්‍රයෝජනයක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම ඒක ඔබේ මුළු ජීවිතේම හැරවුම් ලක්ෂයක් බවට පත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So that was actually what happened to me as well. එතනදී ඔබට උදව් වෙන දැන් ඔබත් මේ කම්පිටිෂන් එක හරහා නිර්මාණයක් කරන්න යම්කිසි දෙයක් මෘදුකාංගමය ක්ෂේත්‍රයෙන් නිර්මාණය කරන්න හදන්නේ. ඒතකොට නිර්මාණය කරද්දී මට දෙන්න පුළුවන් චූටි පණිවිඩයක් තමයි හැමතිස්සෙම බලන්න තමන්ගේ පැෂන් එක මොකද්ද? තමන් ආස දේ මොකද්ද? තමන් ගොඩක්ම මේ කාලය වැය කරන්න තමන්ගේ දැනුම අත්දැකීම් එකතු කරගන්න ගොඩක්ම ආස දේ මොකද්ද? අර පැෂන් එක කියලා මම ඉස්සෙල්ලත් කිව්වේ පිස්සුවක් තමන්ට අර අපේම භාෂාවෙන් අපේ සාමාන්‍ය භාෂාවෙන් කිව්වොත් අර ඇම්මක් කියලා තියෙනවනේ. ඒක හැමෝටම තියෙනවා. ඒක එකින් එක්කෙනාට වෙනස්. ඒක ඔයාගේට තියෙන පැෂන් එක නෙමෙයි තව කෙනෙක්ට තියෙන්නේ. මට තිබ්බ පැෂන් එක නෙමෙයි ඔයාට තියෙන්නේ. Right? It's actually just a matter of identify what you are really good at, what you are really passionate about. අන්න ඒක අවබෝධ කරගත්තොත් ඊට පස්සේ ඔබට පුළුවන් ඒක මැච් කරන්න මේ අපි අවට දකින දේවල් එක්ක. දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ අපි මේ වෙන කවදාවත් නැති තත්වයකට මුහුණ දීලා තින්නේ මුළු රටම මුළු ලෝකෙම, right? මේ අවස්ථාව ඇතුලේ ගොඩාක් අලුත් ප්‍රශ්න මිනිසුන්ට ඇති වෙලා තියෙනවා. Right, alut getalu alut the new problems has emerged to the people, right? People in our environment. So it's actually, I mean, if we can actually think about those problems, how we can actually address them, how we can actually make something, using software, how we can make something to address their problems. I think that will be actually a great opportunity for you to build a successful product. Right? So මේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක සමහර වෙලාවට ඔබ හිතනවාද මේක මේ කම්පිටිෂන් එකකට විතරක් කරන ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් කියලා. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔබේ පාසලේ කරන මේ යම්කිසි ව්‍යාපෘතයකට විතරක් කරන ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් කියලා. හැබැයි මේක my final line මේක ඔබේ ජීවිතේ ලොකු හැරවුම් ලක්ෂයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම කලුතර මගේ ගම පයාගල ගම. ඉතින් මම කලුතර පාසල් ගිහිල්ලා මේ වගේ තැනකට ඔබ වගේම පාශල් ශිෂ්‍යයෙක් විදිහට ඒ පටන් ගත්ත ගමනින් සරසවි ලංකාවෙම නිදහස් අධ්‍යාපනය තුළ සරසවියට ගිහිල්ලා එතනින් මේ වගේ ආයතනයක් පටන් අරගෙන මේ වගේ තැනකට එන්න මට හැකියාව ලැබුණා නම් ඔබටත් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පාසල් ශිෂ්‍යයෝ විදිහට ඔබටත් ඒ වගේ ගමනක් යන්න අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මම සුබ පතනවා. I wish you all the very best. Take it as a serious opportunity for you. Make obey. This can be a huge milestone, huge turning point of your life. So if you leverage, if you actually use this in a better way, you can actually have a great opportunity to have a great future. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
So I think what he said was very important. When passion, the opportunity and the need combines, you can come out with a fantastic outcome, right? Passion ekai අවශ්‍යතාවයයි අවස්ථාවයි ලැබුණොත් ඒ තුනම එකතු කරලා හොඳ outcome එක හොඳ ජයග්‍රහණයක් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්. So thank you so much, Dhanika. I'm sure your speech really inspired the participants this morning. Right, so now we have another very important segment, another interesting success story. We have Miss Arosha Madiba. She is an Ict Championship winner from 2015 under the Creative Teacher category. Right, so she will also share her experiences and I hope her discussion, her speech would inspire you all as well. Over to you, Arosha.
Okay. By now, you all know about how to apply and about innovations, right? Okay, now this is a wonderful platform. As Dhanika explained, this is a wonderful platform for you to stage your innovation. Let me start with a golden quotation from our own great writer, Kumaratunga Munidasa. He said, "Alut alut dayan utanana jatiya loba nonagi." The nation which does not create new things will not rise. My dear students, this is a wonderful platform for you to stage your innovations, your creations, your ideas. As Dhanika explained, now I think you have a good idea about how to identify a need, how to identify a problem. So think you can also be like Dhanika, right? So again, another quotation I can say, need is a mother of all innovation, as he explained. That's true, right? So you can understand a need. Nowadays, I think you can clearly understand what are the needs, what are the problems. You can find a solution using ICT and its applications, and it become an innovation. So why you apply this, why you participate this competition? I think you have good theory knowledge. You all have theory knowledge by now. And this is an opportunity for you to use theory knowledge with the practical applications and to create innovation and give a solution to a real-time problem. Okay, we'll move to the next slide. Okay, what you can see here. Knowledge is like a paint. It does not know good until it's applied. So you have to apply your knowledge. So, and also here, you have to understand what are the applications that you know. You have a huge chunk of knowledge up to now. So what here you have to do is, you can gain knowledge from internet, teachers, but apply it, apply. Then your creativity comes in. So when it comes to a production output, that is you can say it's a creation. Okay, interfacing creativity, what is that? We can say you might know about softwares, as Dhanika said, he is good in animation, or you can say you are good in programming. Yes, but interlinking, combining, that is very important. Then you will be able to make a product sometimes they will not match properly. At that time, don't worry, your creativity comes in. Doing this kind of project, you will learn a lot about work with a team. Actually, when you go to a work, we have to work with a team. Doing this, you can identify others very well. Actually, you might not meet them this time. You can virtually meet them, right? So why don't you apply as a group projects? So one member might good in programming, one can good in something else. So work with a team. Work with a team means compromising someone else's weaknesses with others' strength. So then you can definitely do a good product. So please, I always tell, try to make a group, then only you can work with a group, then you can understand, you can have a very good interpersonal relationship among you all. So doing a project like this, you can follow different methodologies. You can identify problem, you can suggest alternate solutions, and you can plan, you can developing. So I will tell another success story like Dhanika about a small boy. This small boy goes to school by a school van. So as you all know, most of the mothers, they wait until you come by van after school. So sometimes they might, your mother might wait maybe near the gate, under the sun sometimes. So sometimes she had to walk to the lane top. Some days she has to wait, I think, more than 40-30 minutes. So this boy feels really sorry about her mother. You know, as you know, so you have to be sensitive to the society, to your parents, to the nature. Then you can identify problem. So you can't just identify your problem. You have to be sensitive. Okay, well, back to the story again. This small boy come up with a good solution. You know what? This might be a very small product, but this small boy identified this problem, and what he did was he developed a product sending an automatic message from van to mother's mobile when van is 1 kilometer away from the destination. So mother can move out to the out from the home and avoid waiting. So this is a nice thinking. Actually, he is sensitive to his family. So what I'm telling you is, try to sensitive to your family, your culture, and you can say environment, nature. Then you will think a problem. So we can think of some need or problem in the society. We can develop a good solution using ICT knowledge. You can always seek guidance from teachers and you can friends. Okay, now I would like to give some hints to teachers. Students always come up with their imaginations, their creations. So we as teachers inspire them to be more sensitive toward to the society and find a need, a place where they can build the solution. Students, they come up with different solutions, different problems, different concepts. So at that time, we had to respect, as we do, we had to respect, and we can guide them to develop the solution. Sometimes we feel, okay, this project is not practical, but you know, they are really smart. They are really smart than us sometimes. So we as teachers, what we have to do is we have to respect our students' concepts. More important role we have to play as teachers here is coaching and facilitating. Most of the time, students get stuck in between. They will say, okay, I can't do further. They think they cannot progress further. So at that time, we have to, okay, we can do, don't worry. And likewise, we can encourage them. At that point, we can clear their thoughts and we can guide. If we can't help, we have Colombo University at there. That they also, Dr. Samantha was saying, they are helping us. So don't worry. They are there for us, and our students, they can do definitely. So what you have to do is you have to identify where I stuck. Then you can find the solution. Conducting this kind of a project, quite arduous task. This will not go straight away. So this is a meandering process. So students will opt to give up this they will, in the middle of the project, they will say, no, I can't do. So as teachers, we must always encourage, as I told you. So try to take backups. I'm remembering you. Try to take backups. Always they will say, my file is missing, and they will complain you. Now this output is not matched with the, not synchronized with the input. So at that time, we as teachers must encourage and motivate them. From that, thank you so much and all the very best, and stay safe. Thank you.
That was Miss Arosha Madiba, who is past ICT Championship winner. Next, we have Dr. Samantha Matara Arachi, who is the Senior Lecturer Coordinator at the University of Colombo School of Computing. So Dr. Matara Arachi will talk to you and explain to you a bit about the evaluation process in English. So over to you, Dr. Samantha. If you can speak and explain a bit in Sinhalese as well, that will be great.
Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you, Mr. Shahan. Let me share my slides. Right, sorry. Now, let me explain how we are going to evaluate your project. Now, basically, when you are going to evaluate, there are 4 areas in 3 categories. Those areas are, the IoT, that means Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, robotics, and big data analytics. Then let's see what are the eligible age groups. There are 3 age groups, namely sub-junior, junior, and senior. Then who are belong to the sub-junior category? The students whose age is from age 10 to 13, means who are in grade 6 to 8, they can apply under this category. Then who are eligible belongs to the junior category. The student whose age is from age 14 to 16 in grade 9 to 11 will be the eligible students under this junior category. Then who belong to the senior category. The students whose age is from age 17 to 20, means who are in grade 12 to 13, they can apply under this category. Then let's see what the second area is. Under this area, there are 3 main sub areas, namely website, mobile applications, computer applications, and computer games based applications. The age groups are almost the same as the previous I mentioned. Then this time we have a special category that is we call open category. Under that category, we have there are 3 areas. One is agrotech challenges. The second one is renewable energy challenges. Third one is smart city challenges. And those who are in ages from 16 to 21, they can apply for this category. And if we look at agrotech challenges, under that, you can come up with a certain projects like these. One is technology solution to optimize agribusiness supply chain. Then apply IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and more to agriculture industry for the present and future. Then the second area, under the renewable energy challenges, you can think about certain project like this, enable access to energy, like electricity in an environmental sustainable manner. And the other one is reimagining the future of energy management and distribution. Then the smart city, under that we can have the future homes and smart buildings with more sustainability and incorporate new technologies. This is the important point. Now let's see how we are going to evaluate your projects. Now there are a couple of rounds. Now this is the first round evaluation. Now and this is most critical section in this presentation. Let's see what's the evaluation criteria in the first round. There is a marking scheme. We have a marking scheme. It is based on the 5 main points. And here, let's see what is the first point. The first point is uniqueness. And we have allocated 20% for that, and 50 out of the about 20% will be given for the application of technologies they have used. Also, another 50 out of 20 will be given for innovation. Then 20% of marks will be given to the proof of concepts. And there are 2 sub-points that we consider. Those are understanding of the problem to be solved and understanding of the business environment. 50% out of 20% will be given to each area. Whatever the project, the functionalities and features are the most important. Therefore, 30% will be given to that based on the user requirements and compatibility and interoperability. So equal marks will be given to both points. Finally, the quality of the product is another crucial point, and 30% will be given for this point. 60% out of 30% is giving to the content and standards. 40% out of 30% will be assigned to the product, sustainability, and reliability. Based on the first round evaluation, we will shortlist and filter the student for the second round evaluation. Usually, the second round evaluation is face-to-face evaluation, but actually this time, due to this pandemic situation, we are going to conduct it online. We will send you details later, and also we will send you the video clip, how to arrange the presentation, how to set up your environment, those things later, and we will prepare a small video clip, so then you can understand how you have to set up your environment in order to present them nicely. Then the final evaluation is the most critical part of this evaluation process, and it is an internal evaluation. After all the presentations over, we will invite all senior panel members to present the best projects, and they should be able to justify their evaluation roles. Then we conduct the overall discussion before select the first, second, and third positions and winners. Especially, we pay our attention to nominate for the APICTA. So here, this is important to select the best out of the best project. So then we are going to do the very serious evaluation here. Then let's see what are the common mistakes that you are doing. So now we have identified the following common mistakes that what you are doing. Now, main thing is file uploading errors. So file uploading mean now you have to upload your file to the system online platform. Before uploading your files, make sure about your folder structure, path setting, especially relative path. Put all relevant files into the one main folder before they compress or zip them. Otherwise, there may be missing files. You must make sure about this before you upload. You will be giving whatever the MB, I think Fitis organization, they will inform you most probably 500 MB capacity to upload to the online system. But in case if your system is more than that, then you have to make a special request to grant the permission. So then they will increase the uploading size. And also we notice there are some unreadable files. So you have to make sure that all files are readable or not. Ensure all navigation structure and the links, whether they are working correctly or not, even before you upload them into the system. As we know, the most of students use third-party application or pirated application without having proper license. So when we are accessing those files, there may be some issues. Therefore, you should be able to make sure about that. And the other thing is, some files are not compatible with existing applications or the operating system. This is one a critical point, and please concern about that also. Those points are essential, and you need to address them before upload the file to the online system, because in the first round evaluation we will do the evaluation based on the file whatever you have uploaded into the system. And please remember, there is no physical connections between you and us. So you have to make sure to send all files carefully. Even if you need to send a demonstration video, then especially for the hardware based project, so then you can upload those video files also. Now we know here there is no interaction with the panel for the first round, but in the second round you can interact with the panel members, right? Now when you are preparing your presentations or maybe whatever the PowerPoint slide, make them very clear and also present them very clearly, because we identified there are some slides and they didn't prepare them nicely. And when you're going to present, you have to focus on your point. And also, you have to explain the things very clearly and don't move your slides quickly. So then you have to manage, anyhow, you have to manage your time, but slowly you have to move slide by slide and explain whatever you want to present. And also maintain the flow, because sometimes you are jumping here and there. Maybe sometimes you need to demonstrate your product while doing the presentation. So then you have to think about how we can handle both together. That is important thing. And sometimes you feel you want to open a couple of browsers simultaneously. So then maybe sometimes you want to open a couple of tabs at the same time. So then you have to handle those things very carefully, because you have to manage your time as well as you have to present them very carefully, and you have to maintain the flow. And sometimes maybe you have a language issue. So then you try your best to present them. I think you have to present them in English, or maybe sometimes if there are some issues, then we will find the alternatives. Now, before you do your presentation or before you start your presentation, make sure whether you have fixed all the devices or the gadgets together and whether they are working fine. That is important. While doing your presentation, don't waste your time to fix them. So you have to make sure whether these files are working fine. Now, in order to do that presentations nicely, what you have to do is you have to have enough testing. So you have to apply the test cases and see whether it is working fine. And also, there are some software errors. Now, I'm not going to explain them in detail. Now, make sure whether there are some function errors, communication errors, missing command errors, syntax errors, then and also whether you have handled the those errors properly. Maybe sometimes calculation errors, maybe you didn't address the logics correctly, maybe incorrect formula. Sometimes data types are not matching, right? Coding errors. So now, likewise, there are some issues. So then you have to address them very carefully. Now, the other point is what is important for Viva. Here, present your project very clearly and start based on your according to a problem. So you can define your problem very clearly, and you have to show your final objective, or maybe how you have provided or how you are going to give the solution for that one, so that you have to say very clearly. And make sure there is a flow in between, and communicate with the panel, and panel members are really helpful, and you can talk to them and they will support you, but they are not supporting to troubleshoot your application. That is important. And basically, we know, finally, we are going to identify the national winners, merit winners, and we are going to nominate winners for the Asia Pacific award, APICTA. So that is again important point. So then, as a University of Columbia School of Computing, now we will support you, our academic staff members, undergraduates, and the industry experts are there who are with us. They will support you. If you have any doubts, you can let us know. So then we will support. But the thing is, now don't send us the mails, or maybe don't send us the telephone calls just asking how to do these things. We're not doing the presentation. So before you do that, you can ask and you can clear your doubts before start the presentation, or before at least 1 week before the presentations, right? But while the presentations are going on, so don't ask any questions. That is important point. Now, let me go through all these slides very quickly in Sinhala media, right? මේකේ ශේෂ්ඨ 4ක් තියෙනවා. අපි ශේෂ්ඨ 4 කතා කරන්නේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් සබ්මිට් කරන්න පුළුවන් ශේෂ්ඨ හැටියට. එකක් තමයි Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence, Robotics, Big Data. ඒ වගේම අපේ වයස් කාණ්ඩ 3ක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි වයස අවුරුදු 10යි 13යි. ඒගොල්ලන් ග්‍රේඩ් 6 සහ 8 අතර පන්ති වල ඉන්නේ. ඊළඟ ඒජ් ගෲප් එක තමයි අවුරුදු 14 සහ 16. ඒගොල්ලන් පාසලේ 9 සිට 11 ශ්‍රේණිවල ඉන්න දුව පුතාලා. ඊළඟට ජේෂ්ඨාංශය ඒ කියන්නේ අවුරුදු 17යි 20යි අතර වයසේ ඉන්න අය. ඒගොල්ලන් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පාසලේ 12 වන ශ්‍රේණිය සහ 13 වන ශ්‍රේණිවල ඉගෙනුම ලබන අය. ඊළඟට තියෙන ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨය තමයි ඒකේ අපි කතා කරනවා websites, ඒ වගේම mobile applications, computer applications, desktop applications, computer game based application. ඔය areas ටික තමයි අපි මෙතනදී කතා කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේම ඒගොල්ලොත් අර කලින් කතා කරපු වයස් සීමාවලම අයම තමයි පුළුවන්. ඒ පන්ති වලමයි. අපි මෙතන වයස් සීමාවයි පාසලේ පන්තියයි දෙකම අපි සඳහන් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඕගොල්ලන්ට අසාධාරණයක් නොවෙන්න. මොකද සමහර වෙලාවට ඕගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න පුළුවන් your project is really excellent, so then we can compete it with the senior categories. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන් හිතන්න පුළුවන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක හුඟක් හොඳයි. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා අපිට සීනියර් කැටගරි එකක් එක යන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. එහෙම කරන්න අමාරුයි. මොකද එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ තියෙන අවස්ථාව ගිලිහී යනවා. මොකද ඒ සීනියර් කට්ටියගේ ඊට වඩා හොඳ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට්ස් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද ඒක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ප්‍රායෝගිකව දැකපු දෙයක්. ඒක නිසායි අපි හරියටම මේ පාසලේ ශ්‍රේණි වයස් සීමයි දෙක එකට මැප් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා හරි කාණ්ඩය අඳුනගෙන ඒ හරි කාණ්ඩයත් එක්ක ඕගොල්ලන් තරඟෙට අයදුම් කරන්න. ඒ වගේම මේ සැරේ තියෙනවා ඕපන් කැටගරි එකක්, අපි ස්පෙෂල් කැටගරි එකක්. ඒකේ අපි ඒරියාස් 3ක් කතා කරනවා. ඇග්‍රොටෙක් චැලෙන්ජස්, රිනියුවබල් එනර්ජි චැලෙන්ජස්, ස්මාර්ට් සිටි චැලෙන්ජස් කියලා. ඒ චැලෙන්ජ් ඒරියාස් 3 යටතේ ඒජ් එක අවුරුදු 16 21 අතර ඉන්න ඕනම කෙනෙකුට අපිට ඇප්ලිකේෂන් එවන්න පුළුවන්. අපේ වැදගත්ම එක තමයි කොහොමද අපි මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට්ස් ඉවැලුවේට් කරන්නේ යුනිවර්සිටි එකකින්. අපි ඒවා ඉවැලුවේට් කරන එක ක්‍රමයක් තමයි පළවෙනි රවුන්ඩ් එක. ඒ පළවෙනි රවුන්ඩ් එකේදී අපි කරන්නේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් ස්ක්‍රීනින් කරනවා කියන එකක් කරන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන් එවලා තියෙන ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක බලලා ඕගොල්ලන්ගෙන් සපෝට් එකක් නැහැ. ඕගොල්ලෝ අතර අපි සම්බන්ධයක් නැහැ. අපි තමයි තීරණය කරන්නේ මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක සෙකන්ඩ් රවුන්ඩ් එකට අපිට යවන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. එතකොට අපි බලනවා මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක කොයි විදිහටද ඕගොල්ලන් ඩෙවලොප් කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියන එක. හැබැයි ඒක පුරුදු වෙන්න ඕන පුළුවන් තරමක් ෆයිල්ස් ටික එවනකොට නැත්නම් ෆයිල්ස් ටික අපි සිස්ටම් එකට අප්ලෝඩ් කරනකොට හරියට අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න මම මේක කතා කරන්නම් අර කොමන් එරර්ස් කතා කරනකොට මෙතනදි තමයි තෝරගන්නේ මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක දෙවෙනි වටේට යනවද කියන එක. දෙවෙනි වටේට යනවා නම් අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ට වෙනම ඉන්ෆෝම් කරනවා. එතෙන්දි කරන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පැනල් එකෙන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඔන්ලයින් ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකක් කරන්න කියනවා. මොකද මේ දවස්වල අපිට සාමාන්‍ය අපි සෙකන්ඩ් රවුන්ඩ් එක කරන්නේ ෆේස් ටු ෆේස්. නමුත් මේ කාලය ඇතුළත ෆේස් ටු ෆේස් යන්න බැරි නිසා අපි ඒක ඔන්ලයින් කරනවා. එතකොට අපි ඒක කරන්න ඕන විදිය ඔයගොල්ලන්ට වීඩියෝ ක්ලිප් එකකින් දැනුම් දෙනවා. ඒ වීඩියෝ ක්ලිප් එකෙන් එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරයි කොහොමද ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ සෙටප් එක හදාගන්න ඕන කියන එක. ඒ වගේම සමහර වෙලාවට දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක හાર્ඩ්වෙයාර් බේස් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් නම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒක එව්වම අපිට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා හිතනවා නම් මේකෙන් වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද කියන එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පොඩි වීඩියෝ ක්ලිප් එකක් හදලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ෆයිල් එක ඇටච් කරලා එවන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක සොෆ්ට්වෙයාර් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකකටත් කමක් නැහැ. හાર્ඩ්වෙයාර් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම හાર્ඩ්වෙයාර් ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකක් නම් අපි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඇඩ්වයිස් කරනවා ඒ විදිහට වීඩියෝ ක්ලිප් එකක් පොඩි වීඩියෝ ක්ලිප් එකක් යූස් කරලා හදලා අපිට එවන්න කියලා. ඒක මොබයිල් ෆෝන් එකක් බේස් කරලා කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම මතක තියාගන්න අපේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පැනල් එකක් ගත්තම ඉවැලුවේෂන් කරනකොට ඒක ඉන්නවා සීනියර් මෙම්බර්ස්ලා ඒ වගේම ඇසිස්ටන්ට් ලෙක්චරර්ස්ලා ඉතින් ඒක නිසා මේ පැනල් එකක පැනල් මෙම්බර්ස්ලා 5 to 7 ප්‍රමාණයක් ඉන්නවා. ඊළඟට අපි ෆස්ට් රවුන්ඩ් එකේ ඉවැලුවේෂන් කරනකොට සහ සෙකන්ඩ් රවුන්ඩ් එකේ ඉවැලුවේෂන් කරනකොට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් ඉවැලුවේට් කරන්නේ මෙන්න මේ ක්‍රයිටීරියා යටතේ එකක් තමයි අපි ඒකේ බලනවා යුනික්නස් එක. ඒ යුනික්නස් එකට අපි දීලා තියෙන ලකුණු වලින් යම් ප්‍රමාණයක් අපි ඇලොකේට් කරනවා 50 ගානේ ඒකේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක මොකක්ද කියන එක ඉනෝවේෂන් එක මොකක්ද කියන එක. ඒ වගේම proof of concept එක අපි දැන් බලනවා කොහොමද ඔයගොල්ලන් ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකක් අයිඩෙන්ටිෆයි කරගත්තේ. එතකොට ඒ ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එක කොයි විදිහටද ඔයගොල්ලන් ආන්සර් එක සබ් දීලා තියෙන්නේ කියන එක. ඒතකොට අන්න ඒ වගේ concept එක බලනවා. අපි ඒ අනුව ඒකට ලකුණු allocate කරනවා. ඊළඟට functionalities and features. මොකක් හරි system එකක් ගත්තොත් ඒකේ තියෙන user requirements කොහොමද ඔයගොල්ලෝ identify කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ? කොහොමද මේ features address කරලා තියෙන්නේ? ඒක අපි එතනදි බලනවා. ඊළඟට quality එක. overall quality එක අපි check කරනවා. එතකොට අපි ඒකේ බලන්නේ content and standard ඒ වගේම products stability සහ reliability. ඊළඟට ඒකෙන් පස්සේ තමයි second round එකට යන්නේ. second round එකෙත් අපි අර criteria ටිකම අපි බලනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ uniqueness එක, proof of concept, functionalities and features, quality and presentations. එතනදි තව එකක් තමයි presentation එකක් ඕගොල්ලන්ට එනවා. මොකද presentation එකෙන් අපිට අපි පළවෙනි වටේ සිලෙක්ට් කරපු ඒවා තමයි දෙවෙනි වටේට එන්නේ. ඒකට අපි එතෙන්දී ඕගොල්ලන්ට දීලා තියෙන අවස්ථාවක් ඒ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක හොඳට ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න. ඒතකොට ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකට අපි යම් කිසි ප්‍රමාණයක් ලකුණු දෙනවා. මොකද ඒ කෙටි කාලය ඇතුළත ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ උපරිමයෙන්ම ඒ ඕගොල්ලන් ඩෙවලොප් කරපු ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක ඒකේ ෆීචර්ස් ටික එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න පුරුදු වෙන්න. ඊළඟට final evaluation එක. ඒ දෙවෙනි වටේ අවසන් වුණාට පස්සේ ඒකේ ඉන්න senior academic membersලා එකතු වෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන් gather වෙලා වෙනම discussion එකක් යනවා. ඒකේ අපි highest marks දීපු projects වෙනම consider කරනවා. ඒ highest marks දීපු project අපි re-evaluate කරනවා. නැවතත් අපි evaluate කරනවා. කරලා බලනවා ඇයි මේකට මේ ලකුණු දුන්නේ? ඇයි මේ project එකට දුන්නේ කියලා. ඒක අර panel ඔක්කොගෙම එකතුවකින් මෙම්බර්ස්ලා එකතුවකින් තමයි ඒ third round එක යන්නේ. ඒ third round එකදී ඒගොල්ලන් justify කරන්න ඕන අපි මේකට ලකුණු මෙහෙමයි මේකයි දුන්නේ. ඒතකොට මේ panel එකේ evaluate කරනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ justify කරනවා ඒ mark එක හරිද වැරදිද කියන එක. ඒතකොට ඒක තමයි third round එක. ඒකෙන් පස්සේ තමයි අපි evaluation process එක ඉවර වෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි අපි winnersලා merit awards සහ APICTA nominate කරන්නේ. අපි දැක්ක mistakes වගේක් තිබ්බා. එකක් තමයි විශේෂයෙන්ම පළවෙනි round එකේ අපි ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ සම්බන්ධයක් නැතුව මේ බලන්නේ. එතකොට අපිට ඕන කරනවා file uploading තියනවාද හරියට කියලා. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන් එවනකොට ඒ ෆයිල් හරියටම බලන්න අප්ලෝඩ් කරනකොට ඔක්කොම ෆයිල් එකට අප්ලෝඩ් වෙලාද කියලා. එතකොට සමහරවිට අපි දන්නවා ඒ ෆෝල්ඩර් එකකට දාලා අප්ලෝඩ් කරනකොට ඒක zip file එකක් කරන්න ඕන. compress කරන්න ඕන. එතකොට ඒක හරියට වෙලාද. ඊළඟට path එක දෙනකොට relative path එක දීලා තියෙනවද? මොකද ඔයගොල්ලන් local machine එකේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට files හදන්න, especially web applications හදනවනම්. එතකොට ඒවා හරියට වෙන machine එකක දැම්මම වැඩ කරන්නේ නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට අපිට ඒක කරන්න අමාරුයි. ඒතකොට හරියට relative path එක දීලා තියෙනවද කියන එක මතක තියාගන්න. ඊළඟට සමහර files තියෙනවා readable කරන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද ඕගොල්ලන් use කරන සමහර softwares ගත්තම ඒවා third party වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම license ඒවා නොවෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට එහෙම වුණොත් අපේ machines වලින් අපිට access කරන්න බෑ. ඒ වගේ විශේෂ application එකක් use කරලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒ application වල versions මොනවා හරි තියෙනවා නම් ඒක අපිට එවන්න සඳහන් කරලා ඒකේ මොකක් හරි issue එකක් තිබ්බොත් තමයි අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ව second round එක කරන වෙලාවෙදී එහෙම නැත්නම් වෙනම වෙලාවක ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒක demo කරන්න කියනවා. හැබැයි ඒගොල්ලන් second round යන්නේ නැහැ. කියන්නේ ඒක නිකන් first round එකේම අර software වල තියෙන issue එක නිසා තමයි අපි කියන්නේ. එතකොට මතක තියාගන්න හරියටම මේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ softwares compatible වෙන්න ඕන. ඒ වගේම ඒවා operating system එකට support කරන්න ඕන. ඒ වගේම දැන් second round යනකොට අපි කිව්වා අපි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට presentation එකක් lively කරන්න දෙනවා online කියලා. ඒතකොට ඒක කරනකොට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දෙන දෙයක් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන් panel එකත් එක්ක interact වෙන්න ඕන. ඊළඟට presentation slide හරියට හදලා තියෙන්න ඕන. ඒ වගේම presentation එක focus කරන්න අපි කරන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක. ඊළඟට presentation එක present කරනකොට ඔයගොල්ලන් ගොඩක් වේගෙන් present කරන්න එපා. slide move කරනකොට clearly move කරන්න. ඒ වගේම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට සමහර වෙලාවට presentation එකයි demonstration එකයි දෙකම එකට කරන්න වෙනවා. ඒ වෙලාවේදී හරියට coordinate කරගන්න ඒ දෙක හරියට synchronous කරගෙන present කරන්න. ඊළඟට සමහර වෙලාවට web application එකක් නම් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඕගොල්ලන්ට browsers කීපයක් open කරන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන් එකම වෙලාවේ. ඒ වගේම tab කීපයක් open කරන්න වෙන්න පුළුවන් එකම වෙලාව. ඒතකොට එහෙම වුණාම ඒක හරියට manage කරන්න. මොකද හේතුව කෙටි කාලයක් තියෙන කාලය. ඒ කියන්නේ time management එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන. ඒතකොට ඒක නිසා හරි කල්පනාවෙන් කරන්න. මොකද සමහර වෙලාවට users ලා ගොඩක් මම උදාහරණයක් හැටියට කිව්වොත් if there are a couple of logins, so then you can use different tabs to open them separately. නේද? logins කීපයක් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ වගේ වෙලාවට ඕගොල්ලන් එකම browser එකේ open කරන්නේ නැතුව tabs කීපයක හරි browser කීපයක හරි open කරලා present කරන්න. ඊළඟට language issues තියෙනවා නම් අපිට ඒක කලින් කියන්න ගොඩක් වෙලාවට present කරන්න වෙන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍යයෙන්. ඊළඟට demonstration එක ඔයගොල්ලන් හරියට setup කරගන්න devices හරියට fix කරගෙන තියාගන්න presentation කරන්න කලින්. මොකද ඒක presentation එක යන අතරේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ devices fix කරන්න troubleshoot කරන්න බෑ. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා ඒක හරියට කරන්න කලින් test cases හොඳට apply කරලා ඒවා හරියද බලන්න time management එක තියෙන. ඕවා තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඔයගොල්ලන් කරන අඩුපාඩු. ඊළඟට අපි දන්නවා software errors අපිට තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි functionality errors, නේද? communication errors, miscommand errors, syntactic errors, testing software කරනකොට ඔයගලන්ට තියෙන error handling, right? එතකොට calculation errors, control flow errors. එතකොට ඔය වගේ errors තියෙනවා. අපි ඒ errors ඔයගලන් විසඳගෙන තියෙනවා. මොකද සමහර වෙලාවට program එක run කරනකොට ඒකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් සමහරට calculation errors එන්න පුළුවන්. coding errors එන්න පුළුවන්. errors හරියට handle කරලා නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතකොට ඒක නිසා ඒවා කලින් address කරලා තියාගන්න. ඊළඟට presentation එක යන අතරේ අපිට support කරන්න බෑ ඒ issues වලට troubleshoot කරන්න සහ ඒවට solutions දෙන්න බෑ. ඔයගලන්ට අඩුම ගානේ ඊට කලින් ඔයගලන්ට issues තියෙනවා නම් ඒක කතා කරලා විසඳ ගන්න පුළුවන්. අපි university එක හැටියට academics ලා undergraduates ලා අපිට සම්බන්ධ industry experts ලා ඉන්නවා ඒකට support කරන්න. එතකොට presentation එක කරනකොට වැදගත්ම වෙන දේ තමයි clearly present කරන්න. ඒ වගේම start එක end එක. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලන් start එක වෙන්නේ problem එකදී හරියට clearly ඔයගොල්ලන් කියන්නේ මේක තමයි අපේ problem එක උනේ. end එකේදී ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ problem එක මොනවා හරි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ objectives තියෙන නැති ඒ objective අපි කොහොමද achieve කරේ කියන එක end එකේදී කියවලා තියෙන්න ඕන. ඒ වගේ මේ අතර flow එක maintain කරන්න. communicate කරන්න panel එකත් එක්ක අපි අවසානයේ national winnersලා merit winnersලා සහ APICTA nominate කරන්න දුවල පුතාලව තෝරනවා. එතකොට අපි දන්නවා UCS එක සහ academic staff එකේ UCS එකේ undergraduate academic staff එක සහ අපිට සම්බන්ධ industry expertලා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට support කරන්න ඉන්නවා. right මම හිතනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට යම්කිසි අවබෝධයක් එන්න ඇති කියලා may evaluation criteria. I hope you got a certain idea about how we are doing this evaluation process. And thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samantha, for that very detailed description. Next, we have Ms. Hamsavasini, Assistant Lecturer from the UCSC, to speak about the evaluation process in Tamil. So over to you, Ms. Hamsavasini.
Yes, yes, Mr. Shahan. So, வணக்கம். ஸோ நான் இப்போ வந்து உங்களுக்கு இந்த YCS காம்படிஷனில் நாங்கள் உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸை வந்து எப்படி இவாலுவேட் பண்ண போகிறோமன்றதையும் என்ன விதமான கேட்டகரிஸில் வந்து நீங்கள் உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸை சப்மிட் பண்ணலாமன்றதை சொல்லியும் பார்க்க போகிறோம். சரியா? இப்போ இதில் வந்து இந்த காம்படிஷனில் வந்து வித்தியாசமான கேட்டகரிஸ் இருக்குது. இப்போ ஒவ்வொரு கேட்டகரியிலையும் வந்து உங்களுக்கு வித்தியாசமான ப்ரொஜெக்ட் ஏரியாஸ் இருக்குது. இப்போ முதலாவதாக வந்து முதலாவது கேட்டகரியில் வந்து இப்போ சப்ஜூனியர் கேட்டகரி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தோம்னா அதில் வந்து வயது 10 தொடக்கம் 13 வயதுள்ள மாணவர்கள் இதில் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணிக்கொள்ள முடியும். அதாவது தரம் 6ல இருந்து 8 உள்ள மாணவர்கள். அதே மாதிரி ஜூனியர் கேட்டகரியில் வந்து 14 தொடக்கம் 16 வயதுள்ள மாணவர்கள் பங்கு பெற்றி கொள்ளலாம். அதே மாதிரி சீனியர் கேட்டகரியில் வந்து 17ல இருந்து 20 வயதுள்ள மாணவர்கள் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணலாம். அப்போ இந்த கேட்டகரியில் வந்து என்ன மாதிரியான ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸை நீங்கள் கொடுக்கலாமண்டா இப்போ 4 விதமான ஏரியாஸ் இருக்குது. உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் வந்து ஒரு ஐஓடி ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ இல்லாது ஒரு ஏர் ரிலேட்டட் ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ அல்லது ஒரு ரொபோட்டிக்ஸ் சம்மந்தமான ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ இல்லாட்டி ஒரு பிக் டேட்டா சம்மந்தமான ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ இருக்கலாம். அடுத்ததாக வந்து இருக்கிற கேட்டகரியிலையும் சேம் அதே மாதிரி சப் ஜூனியர் கேட்டகரி, ஜூனியர் கேட்டகரி, சீனியர் கேட்டகரின்னு சொல்லி இருக்குது. இப்போ இந்த கேட்டகரிஸில் வந்து என்ன மாதிரி ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸை நீங்கள் சப்மிட் பண்ணலாமண்டா உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் வந்து ஒரு வெப்சைட்டாக இருக்கலாம், அல்லது ஒரு மொபைல் அப்ளிகேஷனாக இருக்கலாம், அல்லது ஒரு டெஸ்க்டாப் ஆப்பாக இருக்கலாம், அல்லது ஒரு சின்ன கேமாக கூட இருக்கலாம். இந்த ஏரியாஸில் நீங்கள் உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸை செய்யலாம். அடுத்ததாக வந்து இந்த முறை வந்து இன்னும் ஒரு கேட்டகரி இருக்குது. அது வந்து ஓப்பன் கேட்டகரி. இப்போ இந்த ஓப்பன் கேட்டகரியில் என்னன்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தோம்னு சொன்னால் 16 வயதுல இருந்து 21 வயதுள்ளவங்க வந்து இந்த ஓப்பன் கேட்டகரியில் உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டை சப்மிட் பண்ணலாம். இப்போ இதில் இருக்கிற ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸ் ஏரியாஸ்ன்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கல முக்கியமாக 3 ஏரியாஸ் இருக்குது. ஒன்று வந்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் வந்து ரிலேட் பண்ணின ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ அல்லது ஒரு ஸ்மார்ட் சிட்டி சம்பந்தமான ஒரு ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ இருக்கலாம். அப்போ இந்த ஏரியாலையும் ஒவ்வொரு சப் ஏரியாஸை நாங்கள் வச்சிருக்கோம். அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு மெயின் ஏரியாக்குள்ள நீங்கள் இந்த ரெண்டு விதமான ஒவ்வொரு விதமான சப் ஏரியாஸுக்குள்ள உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட்ஸை சப்மிட் பண்ணலாம். அடுத்ததாக வந்து நாங்கள் இப்போ இவாலுவேஷன் ஸ்டேஜஸை பார்ப்போம். இப்போ மெயினாக வந்து ஒரு இவாலுவேஷனில் உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டை நாங்கள் டிசைட் பண்ண போகிறதில்ல எது பெஸ்ட் ப்ரொஜெக்ட் அப்படின்றது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டாக வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்டில் வந்து நாங்கள் என்ன செய்ய போகிறோம்னு சொல்லி சொன்னால் இப்போ இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்டில் வந்து நீங்கள் வந்து எங்களோட இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண போகிறதில்ல. Okay, so first round வேல்யூவேஷன்ல வந்து நாங்க வந்து நீங்க உங்களுக்கு என்ன ப்ரொஜெக்டை அனுப்பி வச்சிருக்கீங்களா, அதாவது நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்டா வந்து ஆன்லைன்ல சப்மிட் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட், அதை தான் நாங்க இவாலுவேட் பண்ண போறோம். ப்ரொஜெக்டை வந்து யூசிஎஸ்சில இருக்கிற ஒரு 5 மெம்பர்ஸ் வந்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டை இவாலுவேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அப்போ உங்களோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷனுக்கு நீங்க வந்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டை வந்து ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் பேஸ்ட் ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ அல்லது ஒரு ஹார்ட்வேர் பேஸ்ட் ப்ரொஜெக்டாவோ கூட சப்மிட் பண்ணி கொள்ளலாம். இப்போ ஹார்ட்வேர் பேஸ்ட் ப்ரொஜெக்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கும்போது உங்களுக்கு வந்து அதை வந்து எப்படி நாங்க பாவிக்கிறதுன்றதை பத்தினா ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேஷன் வீடியோ கூட நீங்க செஞ்சு எங்களுக்கு அனுப்பலாம். அப்படி என்றால் எங்களுக்கு அதை இவாலுவேட் பண்றதுக்கு ஈஸியா இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு சாஃப்ட்வேர் பேஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ல கூட ஒரு வீடியோ டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேஷன் செய்யணும்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா அதையும் நீங்க செஞ்சு நீங்க உங்களோட ப்ராஜெக்டை சப்மிட் பண்ணும்போது எங்களுக்கு அதையும் அனுப்ப முடியும். அடுத்ததா வந்து செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன். செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்ல தான் நாங்க வந்து உங்களோட இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண போறோம். அப்ப அந்த டைம்ல நீங்க எங்களுக்கு உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டை வந்து டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேட் பண்ணி காட்ட வேணும். சரியா? அடுத்ததா வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்ல என்னென்ன கிரைட்டீரியால நாங்க உங்களை இவாலுவேட் பண்ண போறோம் அப்படின்றத பார்ப்போம். இப்ப ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்ல வந்து முக்கியமா வந்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் வந்து ஒரு யூனிக்கான ப்ரொஜெக்டா இருக்குதா, அடுத்தது வந்து அதாவது இப்போ யூனிக்னஸ் சொல்லி பார்க்கும்போது அதுக்கு நாங்கள் ஒரு 20 மார்க்ஸை தர போகிறோம். அதில் வந்து நாங்கள் என்ன பார்க்குறோம்னு சொல்லி சொன்னால் நீங்கள் சரியான டெக்னாலஜிஸை யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்களா, உங்களோட இன்னோவேஷனை யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்களான்றதை பார்த்து தான் உங்களுக்கு யூனிக்னஸ் என்ற கிரைட்டீரியாவில் மார்க்ஸ் பெற போதும். அடுத்ததாக வந்து ப்ரூஃப் ஆஃப் கன்செப்டில் வந்து உங்களுக்கு 20% மார்க்ஸ் வருது. அதில் வந்து நீங்கள் வந்து உங்களோட ப்ராப்ளமை வந்து சரியாக அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணி அந்த சிஸ்டமா ஆட்டோமேட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்களா, அதைத்தான் நாங்கள் மெயினாக பார்க்குறோம். அடுத்தது வந்து நீங்கள் ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் என்வாயர்மெண்ட் ரிலேட்டடாக யோசிச்சு அந்த ப்ரொஜெக்டை செஞ்சுருக்கிறீங்களா அப்படின்றத நாங்கள் இந்த ப்ரூஃப் ஆஃப் கன்செப்டில் பார்க்குறோம். அடுத்ததாக வந்து 30% மார்க்ஸ் வந்து உங்களோட சிஸ்டத்தில் இருக்கிற மெயினான ஃபங்க்ஷனாலிட்டிஸ். இப்போ ஃபங்க்ஷனாலிட்டிக்கு தான் இங்கே உங்களுக்கு கூடின மார்க்ஸ் வரப்போகுது. அடுத்ததாக வந்து குவாலிட்டிக்கு உங்களுக்கு 30 மார்க்ஸ் அது மாதிரி வருது. அந்த குவாலிட்டியில வந்து உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்டை நாங்கள் ஓவராலாக பார்ப்போம். எந்த அளவு ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்ல நீங்க இந்த ப்ரொஜெக்டை செஞ்சிருக்கீங்கன்றதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு 30% மார்க்ஸ் வரப்போகுது. அடுத்ததா வந்து செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன். இப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்ல என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொன்னா, இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்ட்ல உங்களை இவாலுவேட் பண்ணி ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஒரு கட் ஆஃப் மார்க்ஸ் எடுத்து அந்த கட் ஆஃப் மார்க்ஸை விட கூட எடுத்தாக்களை வந்து நாங்கள் செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷனுக்கு கூப்பிட போறோம். இப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்லையும் வந்து நான் முதல் சொன்ன கிரைட்டீரியாஸ்ல தான் உங்களை வந்து நாங்கள் இவாலுவேட் பண்ணுவோம். ஆனால் என்ன ஒவ்வொன்றிலையும் வந்து டீப்பாக போய் இவாலுவேட் பண்ண போகிறோம். அப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்ல எக்ஸ்ட்ராவாக என்னத்தை நாங்கள் இவாலுவேட் பண்ண போகிறோம்னு சொல்லி சொன்னால் உங்களோட ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் ஸ்கில். சரியா நீங்கள் உங்களோட சிஸ்டத்தை உங்களுக்கு ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணி காட்டுறீங்களான்றதையும் அடிஷனலாக நாங்கள் இந்த செகண்ட் ரவுண்டில் பார்க்க போகிறோம். சரியா? அடுத்ததாக வந்து ஃபைனல் இவாலுவேஷன். இப்போ ஃபைனல் இவாலுவேஷன்ல என்ன நடக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தா, இப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன் முடிஞ்ச பிறகு ஒவ்வொரு பேனல் மெம்பர்ஸும் தங்களோட பேனல்ல இருந்து எந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் வந்து பெஸ்டா இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சூஸ் பண்ணி அந்த பெஸ்ட் அவுட் ஆஃப் பெஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்டை வந்து நாங்கள் பேனல் மெம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி பெஸ்ட் ப்ராஜெக்டை சூஸ் பண்ணி ஃபைனல் இவாலுவேஷனை முடிப்போம். அடுத்ததா வந்து நீங்க என்னென்ன முக்கியமான பிழைகள் இதுல விடுறீங்க இந்த காம்படிஷன் சொல்லி வேறைக்குள்ள என்னென்ன மிஸ்டேக்ஸை நாங்க இவளால ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தா, இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்ட்ல நீங்க முக்கியமா விடுற பிள்ளைகள் என்னன்னு சொன்னா, நீங்க அனுப்புற ஃபைலை தான் நாங்க உங்களுக்கு இவாலுவேட் பண்ண போறோம். இப்போ நீங்க அவங்களோட ஃபைல்ஸ்ல வந்து சரியான கவனமா இருக்கணும். இப்போ சப்போஸ் வந்து உங்களால ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட சைஸை விட கூட அப்லோட் பண்ணிடலாமே இருக்குது, அவங்க ஃபிட்டிஸ் ஆர்கனைசேஷன் தந்த ஒரு லிமிட்டை விட உங்களோட லிமிட் வந்து கூட இருக்குது அப்படின்ற ஒரு சந்தர்ப்பத்துல நீங்க ஃபிட்டிஸை வந்து ரிக்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம், எங்களுக்கு வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஃபைல் சைஸ் வந்து கூட இருக்குது, அப்போ எங்களோட லிமிட்டை வந்து கூட சொல்லி. அப்போ அப்படியான ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு இருக்குது. அடுத்ததா வந்து எல்லா ஃபைல்ஸையும் நீங்க சரியான விதத்துல அப்லோட் பண்ண வேணும். அந்த ஃபைல்ஸ் வந்து ரீடபிளா இருக்குதா, நீங்க அப்லோட் பண்ற ஃபைல்ஸ்ல வந்து எல்லா இப்போ லிங்க்ஸ் வந்து கரெக்டா இருக்கா, நீங்க நேவிகேஷனை கரெக்டா ஹேண்டில் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா, இப்போ ஒரு வெப் பேஸ்ட் சிஸ்டமா இருந்ததுன்னா நீங்க சரியான பாத்துகளை செட் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்களா, அதுகளெல்லாம் மேக் ஷோர் பண்ணிட்டு தான் நீங்க உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் ஃபைலை சப்மிட் பண்ண வேணும். அதே நேரம் நீங்க இன்னொடையும் பார்க்கணும், நீங்க அனுப்புற ஃபைல்ஸ் வந்து இன்னொரு ஓஎஸோட சிங்க் ஆகுமா அப்படியானதுலையும் பார்த்து தான் நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரவுண்டுக்கு உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் அனுப்பும் போது சப்மிட் பண்ண வேணும். அடுத்ததா வந்து செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன். இப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன் நான் முதல்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி அதில் தான் நாங்கள் உங்களை மீட் பண்ண போகிறோம். அப்போ இப்போ இருக்கிற பேண்டமிக் சிச்சுவேஷனால் வந்து நாங்கள் உங்களை ஃபிசிக்கலாக மீட் பண்ண போகிறது இல்லை, அப்படி நாங்கள் உங்களை ஆன்லைன் என்வாயர்மெண்ட்டில் தான் மீட் பண்ண போகிறோம். அப்போ நீங்கள் எப்படி அந்த ஆன்லைன் என்வாயர்மெண்ட்டில் எங்களோட மீட் பண்ணணும், எப்படி உங்களோட ப்ரெசன்டேஷனை செய்யணும், அது சம்மந்தமான ஒரு என்ன சொல்ற ஒரு கைட்லைன் மாதிரியான வீடியோவை உங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் முதலியே தருவோம். நீங்கள் அதை பார்த்து அந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸை ஃபாலோ பண்ணி நீங்கள் இந்த செகண்ட் ரவுண்டுக்கு வரலாம். சரியா? இப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட்ல வந்த பிறகு நீங்க என்னென்ன பிள்ளைகள் விடுறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தா, நீங்க சரியான விதத்துல பேனலோட இன்டராக்ட் பண்றீங்களா, அல்லது நீங்க உங்களோட ப்ரெசன்டேஷனை ஒரு ஃபோக்கஸ்ல போயிட்டு இருக்கிறீங்களா, சரியான விதத்துல வந்து ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட டைமுக்குள்ள உங்களோட ப்ரெசன்டேஷனை முடிக்கிறீங்களா, ஒரு 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 ஸ்டார்ட்ல தொடங்கி ஒரு எண்டுக்கு ஒரு ஃப்ளோல போறீங்களா, அதுகளை தான் நாங்க இந்த செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட் இவாலுவேஷன்ல மெயினா பாக்குறோம். அதை தாண்டி உங்களுக்கு இப்போ செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட்ல வரும்போது உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது லாங்குவேஜ் இஷ்யூ இருக்குமா இருந்தால், உங்களோட தாய்மொழியில கதைக்கத்தான் உங்களுக்கு ஓகே, இங்கிலீஷ்ல கதைக்க முடியாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிச்சோன்னா உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஆப்ஷனும் இருக்கு. உங்களுக்கு எந்த லாங்குவேஜ் ஓகேயா இருக்குதோ அந்த லாங்குவேஜ்ல நீங்க இந்த செகண்ட் ரவுண்டை அட்டெம்ப்ட் பண்ணலாம். அடுத்ததா நீங்க இந்த செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட்ல வரைக்குள்ள நீங்க முதலே வந்து உங்களோட டிவைஸ் எல்லாம் சரியா ஒர்க் பண்ணுதா, உங்களோட ஃபைல்ஸ் எல்லாம் சரியா ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கா, அந்த செட்டிங்ஸ் எல்லாம் முதலையே செஞ்சு வச்சுட்டு தான் நீங்க வரணும். இப்போ குறிப்பிட்ட டைமுக்குள்ள நீங்க அந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷனை முடிக்க போறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிச்சோம்னா, நீங்க எது உங்களுக்கு மெயினான விஷயம், எதை நீங்க காட்ட வேணும்ன்றதை நீங்க முதலே ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ண இருக்குது. இப்போ சப்போஸ் வந்து நீங்க லொகினை எடுத்து காட்டி அதுக்கு நீங்க டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்றதை விட, அந்த சிஸ்டத்துல என்ன வந்து மெயினான ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் இருக்கோ அதை வந்து எங்களுக்கு டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேட் பண்ணி காட்டினா தான் உங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ட் வேர்த் ஜட்ஜஸுக்கு விளங்க போகுது. சரியா? இப்போ அப்படியானதுகளை வந்து அப்படியான பிள்ளைகளை வந்து நீங்க செகண்ட் ரவுண்ட்ல விடக்கூடாது. அடுத்தது அதை தாண்டி வந்து நீங்க விடக்கூடிய மெயினான சாஃப்ட்வேர் எரர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கும்போது, நார்மலா ஃபங்க்ஷனாலிட்டிஸ் எரர்ஸோ அல்லது கம்யூனிகேஷன் எரர்ஸோ, இப்போ நீங்க உங்களோட சிஸ்டத்தை வந்து சரியா எண்ட் யூசரோட கம்யூனிகேட் பண்றீங்களா, அப்படியான எரர்ஸ் எல்லாமே நீங்க ஓவர் கம் பண்ற மாதிரி தான் உங்களோட சிஸ்டத்தை செஞ்சிருக்கணும். ஏதாவது சின்டாக்ஸ் எரர் விடுறீங்களா, ஏதாவது கொமாண்ட்ல எரர்ஸ் விடுறீங்களா, அப்படியானதுல பார்த்து நீங்க உங்களோட சிஸ்டத்தை சப்மிட் பண்ண வேணும். அதே மாதிரி சரியான விதத்துல உங்களோட எரர்ஸை ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிருங்க. உங்களோட சிஸ்டம் வந்து ஒரு எரர் வரைக்கும் அதை சரியா ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுதா அப்படின்றத பார்க்கணும். இப்போ ஒரு கால்குலேஷன் எரர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கும்போது, இப்போ உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு ஃபார்முலா ஒன்று நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றீங்களான்னு சொல்லி சொன்னா அந்த ஈக்குவேஷனை வந்து நீங்க சரியா யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்களா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்துட்டா, அதால வந்து ஏதாவது எரர்ஸ் வருதா, ஏதாவது கோட்ல ஏதாவது எரர் விட்டுருக்கீங்களா, ஏதாவது கமர்ஸ் செமிகோலன்ஸ் பிளேயா போட்டிருக்கீங்களா, அந்த எரர்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையுமே நீங்க சரியா மேக் ஷூர் பண்ணணும். இதை நான் விடல அப்படின்ற ஒரு மேக் ஷூர் பண்ணிட்டு தான் நீங்க இந்த செகண்ட் ரவுண்டுக்கு வர வேண்டும். அடுத்ததா வைவால என்ன முக்கியமான விஷயம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பார்த்தா, நீங்க என்னத்த ப்ரொஜெக்ட் ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்றீங்களோ அது மூலமா தான் உங்களால அந்த ப்ரொஜெக்டை வடிவா அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ண முடியும். அப்ப சரியான ஃப்ளோல அதை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி சரியான ஒரு ஃப்ளோல அதை முடிக்க வேணும். இப்போ லைக் ஒரு கிளைண்ட் வியூவை எங்களுக்கு காட்ட போறீங்க, ஒரு அட்மின் வியூவை எங்களுக்கு காட்ட போறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொன்னா, நீங்க அதை வந்து இப்போ வேற ப்ரௌசர்ல ஓப்பன் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கொண்டு எங்களுக்கு ஈஸியா காலம். அப்பதான் இப்போ பேனல்ல இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு உங்களோட இதை வந்து குறிப்பிட்ட நேரத்துக்குள்ள பார்த்து முடிக்கக்கூடிய மாதிரி இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி நீங்க சரியான விதத்துல பேனல்ல இருக்கிற மெம்பர்ஸோட எந்த ஒரு ஹெசிடேஷனும் இல்லாம கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ண வேணும். அவைகளுக்கு அதை அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி நீங்க உங்களோட ப்ரெசன்டேஷனை இந்த லெவல்ல முடிக்க வேணும். அடுத்ததா வந்து ஃபைனலா வந்து இந்த காம்படிஷன்ல வந்து என்ன மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் வினர்ஸை சூஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, ஒன்று வந்து நேஷனல் லெவல் வினரையும் ஒரு மெரிட் லெவல் வினர்ஸையும் நாங்கள் அதையும் தாண்டி APICTAக்கும் வினர்ஸை வந்து நாமினேட் பண்ணுவோம். இப்படியான விதத்துல தான் நாங்கள் வினர்ஸை சூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ ஃபைனலாக என்னன்னு சொல்லி சொன்னால், உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது இந்த ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் செய்கிறதுலையோ அதோ டெமான்ஸ்ட்ரேட் பண்ணுறதுலையோ ஏதாவது ஒரு பிரச்சனை இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி சொன்னால், நீங்கள் எந்த ஒரு ஹெசிடேஷனும் இல்லாமல் யூசிஎஸ்சியில் இருக்கிற அகாடமி ஸ்டாஃப் ஆகட்டும் அல்லது அண்டர் கிராஜுவேட் ஆகட்டும் அல்லது ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ்கிட்ட நீங்கள் உங்களோட ஹெல்ப்பை கேட்கலாம். அப்போ இப்படியான ஹெல்ப்ஸை நீங்கள் இப்போ ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் டைமில் கேட்காம அதுக்கு முன்னமே ஒரு 1 வீக் முன்னமா உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது இஷ்யூஸ் இருக்குமா இருந்தால் நீங்கள் அந்த டைமில் உங்களோட பிரச்சனைகளை கேட்டு சார்ட் அவுட் பண்ணிக்கொள்ள முடியும். ஸோ இதுதான் முக்கியமாக நீங்கள் கருத்தில் எடுத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டிய விஷயங்கள் இந்த காம்படிஷன் என்று பார்க்கும்போது. ஸோ அவ்வளவுதான். ஸோ விஷ் யூ அ வெரி குட் லக் ஃபார் திஸ் காம்படிஷன். தேங்க்யூ.
Nandri Hamsavasini, thank you. Now it's we are running out of time. Dr. Samantha, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Right. So with the interest of time, we were supposed to finish it at 12:30. Now we are at 1 o'clock. Most of the questions that we have answered on the chat window itself. Dr. Samantha, what if we take the the reply to the questions via the email itself, email and SMS, because we can upload the answers and then share the link with them. So I believe that way we can save time and we can give them much more explanation. Will it be okay? Right. So நான் தமிழ்லையும் விளங்கப்படுத்துறேன்னா இப்ப நேரம் கொஞ்சம் குறைவா இருக்கிறதால இப்போ 1 மணி ஆகிவிட்டது. ஆகவே நாங்கள் உங்களுடைய கேள்விகளுக்கான பதில்கள் அனைத்தையும் நாங்கள் வெப்சைட்ல அப்லோட் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த லிங்கை நாங்கள் உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புவோம். வெப்சைட்ல YCS.lk அந்த வெப்சைட்ல போயிட்டு உங்களுக்கு அந்த விடைகளை உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சு கொள்ளலாம். மற்றது நாங்கள் உங்களுக்கு தேவையான தரவுகளை வெப்சைட்டில் நாங்கள் பதிவிடுவோம். அதே நேரம் சோஷியல் மீடியாவிலும் உங்களுக்கு பார்த்துக் கொள்ளக்கூடியதாக இருக்கும். ஸோ සමාවෙන්න ඕනේ සිංහලෙන් කතා කරන්න බැරි වුණාට මොකද අපිට මේ දැන් අපි මේ 25 අපි සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් කරා මේ සෙෂන් එක. එතකොට අපිට වෙලාව තමයි තියෙන ලොකුම ප්‍රශ්නේ. මොකද භාෂා දෙකක් කතා කරනකොටම මෙතන අපි මේ වෙලාව මේ ඩබල් කරන්න ඕනේ. දැනට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවා ඇති එක වෙනකන් අපි ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. මොකද හේතුව තමයි මේ අපිට භාෂාව තුනකේ සමහර වෙලාවට කවර් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙලා තිබුණා. සමාවෙන්න ඕනේ මේ සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් අවශ්‍ය වෙන පැහැදිලි කිරීම කරන්න බැරි වුණාට ඒ වුණාට මේ අපි දැන් කරපු දේ හැම එකක්ම අපි සිංහල මීඩියම් ගිය මාසේ මයි වල අපි කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒක රෙකෝඩින් එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අපේ සෝෂියල් මීඩියා පේජ් එකට ගියොත් ගන්න පුළුවන්. අපි මේ පුළුවන් තරම් ඔයගොල්ලොත් එක්ක මේ ඊළඟේ මාසය කරනවා. මේ මෙතන අපිට වෙලාව අඩුපාඩුවක් තිබ්බ නිසා තමයි අපිට සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් මගේ පාඩක හරියට කරන්න බැරි වුණේ. Right. So with that, I would like to thank Dr. Samantha and for your valuable time to take here, and also Shehan, Fitis CEO, who has put a lot of effort to make this happen, and Udara, the Director ICT from Ministry of Education, and Dhanika Perera, CEO, co-founder Bhasha Lanka. He has given you very valuable inputs on how do you prepare yourself. And then Arosha Madiba is a ICT champion winner for 2015. They are in the teachers category. She has given a very good insight about it. And finally, Hamsavasini, the assistant lecturer from University of Columbus School of Computing, she also given a very valuable input. Nandri Hamsavasini, So with that, I would like to wind up the session. We will communicate the further this thing. Just want to remind you that we have you can still the extension is given for the application to submit until 15 July. For the time being, the projects upload session given time till 30th July. But if there is any extension on that, we will keep you posted. We are hoping to create another video on how to upload the project, and we will upload it, and we will probably try to do a awareness session on that as well, maybe in a month time or so, to keep you in touch. With that, we are concluding the session. Thank you very much.